can show you what love's supposed to feel like. I can show you, yeah, I can show you, yeah. You're the light inside of me every night. We're chasing dreams, ain't got time to make 'em see what we believe. You and me,
ammunition you got. I am the tiger, I'm making steps to the top. The flames, I whip it up, you just gotta hand me the rock. Take a seat, you cannot stand it. All I know, the flow harder than a Scotch bonnet. Don't try study me, you cannot manage. This ain't what you want, bitch, I'm a fucking phenomenon. This ain't what you want, bitch, I'm a fucking phenomenon.
Yeah, you better listen. I'm bringing heat, you'll be a fan when I start rapping way. I'll have your fucking head spinning. I'm known as spit vicious. Release bombs and go tick tick. Boom, you blow me that head missing. I'm a phenomenon. Stacking cheese like it's Parmesan. 8 different flows, call me Octomom. I'm moving fast like the Autobahn. And I'm independent, so I'm not your fucking starving like it's Ramadan. Sick, twisted, gifted. Can't copy, printed. Can't hold me down. I shape shift, I'm liquid. I killed this beat, I might get convicted. They know how I move, it was predicted. Persistent, spoke it into existence, so consistent, no assistance. Hear me once, become addicted. If I rap it, then I live it. There's no cap when I be speaking this.
This ain't what you want, bitch, I'm a fucking phenomenon. This ain't what you want, bitch, I'm a fucking phenomenon.
I could set you free, show you what this world could really be. Here with me, I could set you free of the pain and misery and let you be. Here with me, I could set you free. I could set you free. I could set you free, show you what this world can really be.
Do you struggle to rank up in Rocket League? Are you stuck in Diamond while your other friends flex their SSL title? Well, look no further. I have partnered up with LTXAcademy as a coach, and we are ready to boost your gameplay. With multiple tournaments and trophies won and thousands of dollars earned, I will tailor to your needs and make sure you get to that next level. I'm also doing discounted prices for the first 10 days, so you do not want to miss out. And you are also probably thinking,
CMOS, how do I book a session with you?
well, that's easy. Just open up that fancy browser of yours, type metafy.gg/@cmasorl_, pick a session to your liking, book a time, and bang, you're booked, and I'll see you in the call. Once again, that's metafy.gg/@cmasorl_.
I'm the storm that meets the moon. I'm the sun that will not move. Do you think you are? Who do you think you are?
right, everybody, and welcome to a beautiful Sunday. I am here joined by Char, and we are here to kick off continue the playoffs for the prospect tier. So, Char, did you want to talk us through previous results, previous brackets, and see what we're going with right now?
Yeah, we've got the first match of the playoffs in the prospect tier, but before we head on to that, we'll have a little look back at the play-ins. Shrine, the team that is playing today, got a 4-0 sweep against Obscurity in their first matchup. Then in the other upper bracket, we had 4-2 Ankle with Tusi over Tomfoolery. Then in the lower bracket, we had Raymond and Owlet coming through. Owlet in 2 Game 7s as well. Very exciting stuff in the play-ins, but our focus for this match will be on that upper bracket and be on that Shrine team who will be playing against Yokai, the first seed coming out of the Glacies Conference. Yokai versus Shrine as our first matchup of the day.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting one here. We have currently the 2 teams performing absolutely incredible throughout the season. One at the top of their conference, the other one sitting in second, and they're going to be challenging each other here to make it into the upper final. Nobody wants to go into the lower brackets, obviously, so they're going to be fighting as hard as they can, keep themselves in the upper, but if they do lose, they still have a lower bracket to go through. It's going to be a tough one, but I'm excited to see what happens.
Yeah, 100%. And in my predictions, I had both of these teams going very, very far. And I think they're both very solid teams. Over the season, I have played against Shrine. I haven't played against Yokai even in a scrim at all. But I've played against Shrine in league play. And they've been very, very strong and very tough to play against. So both teams will come out fighting here. Both teams had a very good season. Yokai obviously being the first seed from Glacies and Shrine being that second seed from Ignis. So a bit of a cross-conference matchup here to try and get the bragging rights for the conference. It seemed to be on the side of Glacies in Academy yesterday, but I'm sure Ignis will want that right back to claim that they have the better conference. And there's been a lot of cross-conference drama in the prospect here this season, in prospect discussion. It's been quite lively debate to seeing which conference is the better one, and that will all be settled here on the playoffs day.
Yeah, and speaking of the playoffs right now and our B stream, there's going to be some exciting matches going on the A stream as well, but the schedule for the B stream today, we are looking at this first match, upper semi-final match between Team Serene Yokai versus Sanctuary Shrine. Then we're going to be moving down to the lower quarterfinals afterwards, and that's going to be between the winner of Raymond versus Obscurity and obviously this coming match that we're about to look.
Yeah, we've got some great matches lined up on the B stream, and then obviously the later on matches on the A stream will be very exciting as well. No best of 7s on the B stream, I believe, but we've got a best of 7 in the upper and lower final for the first time in RSC, which will be very exciting to see. So looking forward to the rest of the night. It'll be a great night of Rocket League, and we hope you can join us for all of it.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. Keep both streams open, participate. It's going to be an absolute blast of a day here. And well, obviously, it's going to be exciting to see the results of the day after coming off of yesterday's playoffs as well, and seeing who came out on top was absolutely fantastic. There was fantastic gameplay there. Excited to see what we see today, and especially with these 2 teams coming up. And yeah, like looking at predictions as well, you know, I think I personally have Yokai with a 3-1. Just, you know, their stats coming out of their conference have been fantastic, but I think it's going to be a tight one regardless. And even though I say 3-1, I think it's going to be 4 really tight fought games.
Yeah, I do have it on the same side as you in terms of the winner, but I do have it going all the way to a Game 5, providing some excellent entertainment for us in our first match, setting the scene for the rest of the night in the Prospect Playoffs to crown a Prospect champion. But yeah, I have 3-2 in favor of Yokai, but I really think that this is honestly kind of a coin flip matchup for me. I think both of these teams, for me at least, are 2 of the favorites to take the entire tier. by the end of the night. So it's kind of a coin flip. It could go either way, but I just edged it out to Yokai here.
Yeah, it's going to be very exciting seeing what comes out of this. And obviously, whoever wins this is going to be going up against one of two also incredible teams. So the challenge isn't done once they finish this match. They've still got to make it through. And then we saw a bracket reset yesterday. Who knows if it'll go as long today, but based off of what we've seen in the gameplay so far in the previous tier, I'm expecting some good stuff today.
Yeah, 100%. The winner of this series will be going up against the winner of our other upper bracket semi-final, which I believe is Momentum versus Unitox, or is it Illusory? It's one of the two. I'll have a quick look.
Momentum.
Yeah, okay. It is. So yeah, that will be a very good matchup as well. Both of these teams, they want to be in that matchup because you don't really want to fall down into the lower bracket, because then you've only got one life. If you stay in that upper bracket, especially if you make it into the grand final through that upper bracket, you have such a huge advantage, being you only have to win one best of 7, whereas the other team coming from the lower bracket has to win 2 whole best of 7s to get at you, which we saw yesterday in Academy. The team coming from the lower bracket managed to get that first best of 7, but even so, they were just so exhausted from their lower bracket run that they couldn't really take it in that second best of 7. So even if you lose out that first best of 7, the team from the upper bracket is probably still the favorite to take the second series. In most cases, you very rarely see that lower bracket team win both of those best of 7s, purely because of just the slog that lower bracket can be. The amount of games you have to play in a row with very minimal break can be so draining and so tiring, and it's so hard to deal with for any players, no matter your experience, no matter your mental fortitude. It can be so tough to deal with.
Yeah, it's a brutal format. You know, best of 7s, obviously this coming, we're going to start off with a best of 5, so early momentum is huge. But in the best of 7, you know, even that early momentum gives the opposition so much time to kind of figure out what they want to do, how they want to come back and kind of take that series. But now we are just waiting. We're getting ready to start off this. I believe we're ready for the kickoff now as we get into game number 1 of this upper semifinal game.
Yeah, we do finally have all the players on the pitch, and we'll be able to start it off and see which team can take this matchup and put themselves in that upper final. Sanctuary start on the attack. Wally can't get the flip reset on that. Stones to his own backboard. Aussie should be first to that one. Gets a nice control touch, but only as far as Krez. Now Cyanic up for it. Kind of weak touch though. That should be fairly easy for the defense of Matty. Plenty of space for him here, but just bangs that one away. A double commit from Shrine though will make that a little bit awkward. Stones into the corner, taking it forward. Looks for a bump. Cyanic dodges that and nicely, but Team Serene putting on a little bit of pressure now. Shrine coming down the other way. Wally to the backboard, but it's just easily cleared away by Stones, and neither team really putting anything too threatening on it at the moment, Zach. Everything just seems to be coming forward, but easily dealt with by the defense.
Yeah, there's been some good pressure from both sides, and like you said, the defense from both teams performing exceptionally here in the first minute of this game. It's been a back and forth battle for midfield control for who can create that opening, and there's almost an opening. Matty gets back in time, but that was a potentially scary opportunity. As we continue this battle, it's been pinging back and forth midfield. Cyanic managing to get it through. Matty intercepts, pushes it up towards Aussie off the wall, centering it off the backboard. Someone there to read it? No. Kraziers manages to extend it back. Now he's working it over the defense. Matty again off the back wall, pass to Aussie. Doesn't make connection. Wally there to send it back towards the net.
Yeah, a little bit of chances for Shrine, but nothing doing just of yet. Now Wally can't quite get that one onto the net though. Matty out only as far as Cyanic. Can he follow it? Stones off his own backboard. This one drops for Krezers, but no, Aussie takes it away. Manages to stop the shot from coming in, and now maybe going down the other side for Yokai. It's with Matty, but bumped out by Wally. Aussie now they follow it off the backboard, but Wally on the backboard keeps that one from dropping in front of his net. Now the flick from Matty. Cyanic can clear that one away. Stones to the backboard, leaves it out. Aussie's there, Aussie's up, Aussie takes the shot, but Cyanic keeps it out for Shrine, but only as far as Matty. And Matty is there for the rebound, following it up beautifully and can slot the first goal of the series for Yokai.
Yeah, that was an absolutely assault on the Shrine net, and their defense was putting in the work, but at the end of the day, 3 players, 3 shots, 1 goes in. It is a 1-0 for Yokai.
Yeah, Yokai getting an early lead in this series, doing very well to do so. Shrine, they need to respond here. That one will help. That's going towards the net. 2 players off the backboard miss it from Yokai, but no one from Shrine really expected that one, and you can't blame them. You'd expect the touch to come through there. Now Shrine with a bit more pressure. Wally to the backboard, looking for the double. Can't get the touch though, and now Stones can just take that one out. Right down the other end, Shrine lose all the ground that they had gained. They're looking to get it back, but Matty cuts it out. Aussie pop high. Back to Matty. Off the corner into the middle. Stones is there. Matty now looking dangerous, but Krezers manages to get that one away. Is that one on net? It falls across the net. It wasn't on net the first time, but Matty once again can slot home for Yokai.
Yeah, and Stone's coming in with that nice center, opening up the net as well. Nobody there on the defense for Shrine. This is a 2-0 lead so far. And we go into this face-off. One by Kreziers. Stones up in the air to intercept. Pass down to Aussie. Back in midfield. Nobody there, but Matty's ready to collect, trying to work it up. Intercepted by Kreziers. Little back pass attempt here by Aussie. Doesn't quite get anywhere, but they're slowing down the pace of the play, trying to gain control, be the team on top of these situations. Matty with the shot goes wide. Stones turns away, doesn't quite commit on that, but that's all right. They are up by 2 so far. Wallis pops it up. Cyanic down towards the net, blocked, easy save. And now it's back to Kraziers. Stones manages to intercept that play. A little bit of a whiff by Wally, but that's okay. Cynic's there to back him up. Gets it over the defensive demo coming through from Stones, clearing up the back end here. A little bit of an awkward play right there in front of Yokai's net, but that's okay. They're back on Shrine's side of the field.
Yeah, and maybe another goal coming through. Cyanic manages to keep that one away. 1 minute left for Shrine to get something here. Wally can't get the flick over Matty. Cyanic now, an awkward touchdown. That should be free for Aussie, but Krezers manages to race back in the nick of time. And now go down the other side. Pass to Wally. Wally finds the net. And Shrine get one back with 45 seconds left.
Yeah, it was a beautiful play, looking to maybe set up for a flip reset, but decides to drop it down for Wally, who takes the shot, confuses the defense in, bringing that lead down to only 1. There's still 45 seconds left. Plenty of time to make things happen here as we started the face-off. Cyanic with the bump. Stones up on the back wall. Not quite the touch he wanted to keep it in control. Matty clears it out, keeps it safe now as Stones brings it back up in the air. Again, the touch is just not quite there at the moment in these last few seconds from Yokai, and Shrine is really trying to take advantage of it, pressuring their net with Cyanic up, down towards mid. Matty in place. Aussie looking for the redirect, but doesn't make contact as Wally collects.
Yeah, and Shrine, they've not got much time left. They can't afford to concede another one. Stones hits it into the crossbar. Now 5 seconds. They need to get it down the other end of the pitch, but it's just stuck in their half. Stones to the corner. All they need to do is touch the ground. Matty up, opts to just drop it down. Cyanic keeps it up, a high touch. Wally following it, one last chance for Shrine, but Aussie clears it away. They need to keep this one up. They cannot do so. Yokai take game 1.
Yeah, and what an absolutely fantastic first game. Yokai taking the lead solidly with a 2-up near the beginning. Shrine managing to crawl back a little bit, but there's something just lacking in what they needed. You know, they had the offense, but Yokai they just kept it together on their side of the field a little bit more during the end. Because I think if you look at the saves, there's a lot of saves coming in from Yokai compared to Shrine. So very, very, very good first match.
Yeah, and looking at that scoreline, it seems like the shots are more in the favor of Shrine here. but they just couldn't capitalize on many of those. The Yokai defense, as you said, providing a lot of saves and keeping a lot of those shots out. So Shrine maybe just need a bit more clinicalness to get this. They need to shoot that ball away from the defender so it's not as easy to save, because I remember a lot of those shots were just kind of slow rollers straight at the defense and very easy to deal with. If you are this Yokai side, they need to make them panic a little bit more in the defense, give them a bit more to deal with, but I'm sure they'll come right back at it. A fairly close game in game one, and Shrine will come right back. They don't want to go 2-0 down in this series. They don't want to have to pull off the reverse sweep, because that's always difficult at the best of times, but that's not the start they would have wanted. Well, as I say that, I thought that was rolling in. It wasn't. Matty missed the goal off the kickoff, and despite my false alarm, we stay at 0-0.
Yeah, that was a scary moment there on that face-off. You saw their second man on Shrines kind of pull back a little, giving Matty the opportunity to shoot. But now the pressure is back on the Yokai end, with Shrine pressuring hard off the back wall again. Like you mentioned, they need to get some creativity in their shots to get some goals. A lot of their shots, they were way more of them. But the quality and the cleverness of them, as this one kind of bounces over, but 2 players up, commit. Maybe this gives an opportunity to clear the net as... Whoa, what a beautiful save.
Yeah, another save coming through for Yokai. And I think Goten didn't actually get credit for that one, but a save nonetheless. And now they're coming down the other end. Aussie to the backboard. Krez can deal with that one. Now Wally, lovely controlled first touch from him there, but Cyanic couldn't follow it up. Krez forward. Wally's there, puts it into the middle. No one's there though, and now Aussie taking it down the other end of the pitch. Gets a 50, but it's right back into that Yokai half. Matty, big clear, only as far as Krez though. It's just throwing away possession. Now Krez taking it forward. That one's dropping dangerously, and Cyanic is first to it. And Cyanic beats out the defense and puts Shrine 1-0 up in game 2.
Yeah, and there you see that pinch pop up real fast. Aussie wasn't prepared for it and wasn't able to react to Graziers, who was already, or Shrine was already up there, ready to take that shot, and that puts them up 1-0 so far. 3.5 minutes left. Second face-off. Matty up, 2 players. Aussie looking to make some damage there on the goal line, but Cyanic keeps the ball out of play, keeping it safe. As a pass to Stones, Stones pushes it back up the back wall. Clear by Cyanic, who's really putting in the work on the defensive side. Now looking for potentially, needs to pop it up, flicks it, tries to flick it over Aussie, but it's down. But Krazier's there, ready to take the shot and slots it in.
Yeah, Brazzers managing to find that goal. A bit of a miss on the backboard from Aussie. That Yokai defense that was so solid in game 1 seems to be crumbling a little bit here in the early stages of game 2. But it is the early stages and they have plenty time to get back into this one, but they won't want to let up another goal. Aussie, lovely sidewall double. Matty breaking. It's only one defender. He gets the flick into the top corner. That is why Matty has been one of the outstanding players in the prospect tier all season long, and he just showed exactly why that is the case. A lovely flick to beat the last defender and bring Yokai back into this game.
Yeah, and what a brilliant play. 2 players up, pressuring now as Aussie goes for that shot, defended off the backboard by Cyanic. They don't want to let that happen. They don't want to leave one person back to have to defend from a demo and a flick. That's a scary situation every time. Pass back to Wally. Beautiful redirect down to Kraziers, who beautiful interception by Stones, keeping it safe, but it's back into play. Matty's up. Going off the wall, passing it midfield. Aussie's already up to commit from Shrine. Nothing comes out of it, luckily, as Kraziers goes back up towards Yokai's end of the field. Stones shoots it high. Cyanic deflects. Kraziers starts off the offensive play.
Yeah, Krezer's going for that one, but Matty can take it away. Wally now gets beat out by Stones. Yokai going forward. Aussie, can he get the shot on net? The demo from on Cyanic. Matty clears the net. Aussie finds the net brilliantly and brings us back level here in game 2.
Yeah, it is now 2-2, 2 minutes left. Magic set of numbers here. exciting second game. Shrine looking to really like keep their lead. They had a great lead and they don't want to give it up so easily here as Wally's up clear mid. Aussie misses the shot, but Stones is there to take the shot. Beautiful interception, keeps it safe. Cyanic really putting in the work on that defense like we mentioned earlier. Now Cyanic up looking, Wally looking to disrupt the defense. Nothing comes out of that play, but it's passed to Maddie. Maddie, beautiful positioning to receive that 50. Tries to shoot, fakes it down to Stones, who goes a little bit high.
Yeah, just can't quite find that one now. Cyanic coming down the other end, only as far as Wally, but that one, Cyanic's got the credit, but I think it was a passing play between two Yokai players into their own net. Maybe a fail of the week contender there. Aussie passes it off to Stones, who flicks it into the top shelf. A lovely goal, using the chemistry, but unfortunately they got the side of the pitch wrong.
Yeah, it was just a wrong net team play, so they're going to be looking to make that back, but Cyanic manages to shoot it down. Krezer is there to hopefully intercept it, but Maddie back in time. Stones is up, looking to pass. Aussie maybe misread what Stones was going for, jumps over and double commits, leaving only two back now. Beautiful clear from Maddie. Wally is going to be back downfield, ready to keep that clear. Pops it over one, looks to set up that flick. Beautiful read from Stones now as Aussie's reading off the wall. Backboard, looks to clear mid, but Cyanic is there to intercept.
Matty going for the air dribble, it's cut out by Krez really nicely though. Shrine, 40 seconds left to hold this lead. They started this game with a 2-0 lead and could not keep it up, but now they're back in the lead courtesy of that own goal on the side of Yokai, and they're looking to keep it, get this game, and this game has been much better from them, but they need to defend this. Cyanic does just that, a monster on the defense, 4 saves so far, maybe getting a few more, taking it out there. Cyanic into the corner, Matty to the backboard, 10 seconds left, Stones can't get the shot on. Wally this time stepping up, but it's not away yet, it's into the middle. Krez can get that one away. One last chance for Yokai, but that ball will hit the ground. No, it has a whiff in front of the goal there from, I think it was Aussie coming through at 0 seconds. Maybe could have got that one, but Shrine, they'll be very happy about that. They can get this game too, and Cyanic, 750 almost points, 4 saves, really stepping up on the defense, and 2 goals on the offense as well. Cyanic just stepping up on all areas of the pitch in that game too.
Yeah, it was absolutely fantastic performance from Cyanic this time. We called it a few times as he was there just on the crucial points to keep the ball out of the net. And Krezer's with that critical clear at the end, trying to relieving the pressure from a potential tie at the last minute. So fantastic showing. It is now 1-1. It's exactly what Shrine wanted. They wanted to prevent themselves from putting themselves in that situation where they're nearing having to reverse sweep. Momentum in a best of 5 is critical. Getting that win, staying close to your opponent in the series is absolutely critical.
Yeah, 100%. And neither of these teams will want to go down on that match point, but we will send one team to match point in this game 3, and we'll see who that will be, as Lobby may have crashed. I don't know if that's just me, if it's you as well, Zach.
I think it might be me as well. We got that lovely dreaded dark screen from Psyonix. Rocket League showing us just how good their servers are this time of the year.
Yeah, but we'll be able to get this one back up and running as soon as possible, and for now we can have a little bit more time for us to yap about that game. And Shrine, that's exactly the response they needed, but they kind of got helped out a little bit, it felt like, by the Yokai team. Obviously they got those 2 goals at the start of the game and went 2-0 up, and that was very good, but then they kind of just threw away that lead a bit too easily, it felt like, and they weren't ever really looking too likely to score until that own goal came through and Yokai became the architects of their own downfall and managed to get that win from that. And it looked like if that hadn't happened, we would have been heading to overtime, and maybe Yokai could have stolen it from that. But they managed to get it in the end, and that is what matters. It doesn't matter how you win them, it just matters that you do win them, as we do have the lobby set back up. We're just waiting on one more to join, and then we'll be able to get back into our game 3 after a small delay, and we'll see who will take this crucial game in this series. We are just waiting for a few more seconds. We should be able to get underway very shortly, but yeah, neither team will want to give up this game, as this game is so important. And we do have everyone back in the lobby, and we will be able to get this game 3 underway in our upper semi-final.
Yeah, game 3, critical match. Who's going to set themselves up for that match point here? Kickoff number 1, Cyanic manages to get a beautiful kickoff, but something went really wrong. Bump came through, but Krezers wasn't able to get the shot on. Wally's trying to keep it in play off the wall, and Matty clearing it. Ozzy gets a little flipped up looking for that mid boost, but maybe it'd have been up in time to receive that, but Cyanic slots it just over Matty, and now it's pressure again, right off the bat from Shrine.
Yeah, once again, Shrine showing the pattern that they've had all series, that pressure on Yokai, but this time it's Yokai coming down the other way. A triple commit comes through, but as long as it's away, then it does not matter, and they'll be able to regain off that one. Krez to the backboard, Demo in the net, Wally's up, weak shot, is someone there to follow? Cyanic can't quite connect, and Matty can take that one away. Now it's Aussie here, but a bit of an awkward touch on the backline, just throws it back into the hands of Shrine. Now Krez up in the air, who's there to it? Wally blocks out Aussie. Now Matty, air dribble, what can he do here? No boost left, gets it over 2 though. Cyanic, a crucial touch as no one else was back there. A crucial touch off the ceiling to keep that one out the net potentially after that double commit. Now coming down the other way, a great pre-jump from Aussie. No boost left, gets the flip reset anyway, looks for the goal. Krez positioned brilliantly at the back post, manages to keep that one out and keep us at a deadlock here in game 3.
Yeah, what incredible patience from Krezers there, just waiting for the ball, not letting himself jump and commit too early. Crucial, keeps that 0-0 on the scoreline here as another battle from midfield for who wants to break out. Currently, Shrine's been the one who's been able to pressure the blue half of the field quite a lot from the get-go. But currently, Yokai's trying to dismantle them. They're looking for those weak spots. Unfortunate touch by Stones. Doesn't jump in time, and we'll have to relook at this gameplay, but beautiful shot from Wally, bouncing it off the ceiling and down.
Yeah, that's always such an awkward one for Stones. Maybe could have hoped he would have done a little bit better, but it is a very difficult one to read, that bounce off the ceiling. You're never quite sure exactly where that ball is going to go, but Shrine find themselves 1-0 up, maybe 2-0 up. Matty manages to race back just in time. A huge save from him, but Krez looking to make that mean nothing. The shot onto the net. This time it's Aussie getting that save. Shrine with more pressure. Another one coming through maybe, but Krez is all the way back getting boost. Now Stones coming down the other end, but Krez manages to save that one out. Matty taking it forward to the backboard, 50 into the middle, who's there? Wally can take that one away from the hands of Yokai. Now Stones high to the backboard, Aussie looking for the bump. Krez manages to dodge it and keep it out though. Stones, high touch now. Matty, back pass to Aussie, gets it over 1, but straight into the hands of Cyanic. Oh, there's that ceiling pinch onto the net. Cyanic can make it so, and another Yokai mistake, another Shrine goal.
Yeah, I think that's probably the thing we have to talk about the most in this game, and the end of the last one. Yokai they can't seem to keep the communication going. They're flipping wrong. Something's going really wrong here, and they need to get themselves back together, because right now Shrine is taking full advantage of every single little error and playing incredibly. And we have to give credit to all of their players. They're playing so patiently, waiting for the opportunities, and Krezers, who really is everywhere at the right time throughout this entire game 3. Now Ozzy
Yeah.
tries to get a breakaway. Krezer's again there in net, ready to intercept. Stone's looking to play it back. Missed touch. Krezer's there to pick it up. Pass down to Wally. Wally looks for the shot, goes for the left corner instead.
Yeah, Aussie now taking it forward, no boost left, but that's a shot onto the net. That won't matter. Matty can send that one off of Aussie's ceiling pass over one. Matty sends it all the way down the field. The third man of Shrine just maybe got a little bit too excited, pushed up a little bit too far, and Matty can snipe the net and give Yokai a lifeline in this game, and that's what they needed, but they cannot afford to keep making the mistakes that they have been, because Shrine will definitely punish you. Cyanic, no one's back there. Who's there? It's Matty, but that one's going towards the net. Stones can keep it out, but only for so long, and yet again, it feels like Yokai keep playing themselves into trouble and really handing Shrine this game free.
Yeah, and I think Matty did everything he could to keep it away from Shrine there, but second player was up. There was nothing Stones could do to keep it out. Now as we go into just 3-1 lead with just under a minute and a half left. Cyanic again playing a dribbling and pass, breaking everybody's ankles or wheels. Now as Kraziers looks to pick it up, good 50 against Matty. Another great 50 coming out of Wally. Cyanic it up, keep it high center over the goal. Kraziers looking to slot it down, but now they got to be careful with that third Mad, but some odd flips from Matty, and Stones keeps the play safe for Shrine. Now as they mount up another offensive strike.
Yeah, just Yokai looking a little bit awkward out here on the pitch, struggling to really make those impactful touches. And Shrine, they have 40 seconds to hold out a 2-goal lead, but we've seen a 2-goal lead slip away from them before, so it's definitely not done, especially with the ball on their side. But even there, both Yokai players going up to that ball on the sidewall, but that's a miss. Matty really should have capitalized on that. Stones is there off the crossbar. Can Ozzy follow? No, he can't, and it felt like that one had to go in if you were Yokai, but Matty coming in again, and that one's saved away, and barring a miracle, that should be it. And Yokai, alarm bells have to be ringing at this point. You feel like you're not really getting outplayed by Shrine. You're almost getting outplayed by yourselves here, Zach.
Yeah, 100%. It's really been only them that's... Well, we also have to credit Shrine's been playing fantastic Rocket League as well, as we see a call-out taken and called from Yokai. I think that's very, very much needed going into this, because right now they need to 2 games in a row or they're going down.
Yeah, 100%. The tactical timeout call from the side of Yokai, very much needed. They'll have to talk things out and really figure out what's going on here at the moment. Because that game 1, they felt quite comfortable on the pitch, but now they're just a bit jittery. They're not really like in control of their own cars, it feels like. It feels like whenever the ball goes to them, they're just a bit nervous. They're not getting the touches they would have wanted. They're not getting the touches that they were getting in that game 1. And everything just feels a little bit awkward. They just need to take a breath, talk things out, and just settle down and be like, play like they have been all season, because this is not the Yokai that we've been seeing all season right now.
Yeah, and credit to Shrine for being able to dismantle that composure that Yokai's had throughout the season. They're playing fantastic, and right now they really slowed down. I think the biggest difference between the last 2 games and this one is Shrine's really been able to slow down the gameplay, take more control, let themselves set up for the plays that they need, and it's paid off. You've seen some great dribbles, great flicks, everybody in position where they need to be, and it's almost like they've taken the pace out of Yokai's game.
Yeah, and Shrine having a very good performance, especially for me. Their standout player has been Cyanic, especially on that defense, just getting so many saves when Yokai have the shot, really keeping them out of the Shrine net, not letting them have a sniff in this series so far. But Yokai, they have to go back to that game 1, because that game 1 felt so much more assured. For the rest of this, it felt like even though Shrine had that pressure in game 1, Yokai were much more able to deal with it than they have been for this game 2 and game 3. Felt like Shrine just has more control, more pressure, and just they can do more with the ball. They can do more that they want to with the ball. They're not mistouching it as much as Yokai. Yokai, those mistakes keep piling in. I think you could argue that their last 4 goals for Shrine have been through Yokai mistakes, albeit that last one in game 3 was a bit difficult for Yokai to deal with, but there's so many mistakes coming through that they just need to cut out if they are going to win this tier tonight.
Yeah, and I think that's what this timeout's going to be for. They're gonna look back. They're gonna try to forget some of the things that they have been doing and rework. Go back to game number 1 where the pace just, Shrine couldn't keep up, couldn't match it, and always having one person downfield, one person passing 2 worked exceptionally well. They were catching Shrine out of rotation, and maybe they need to go back to that. But we're gonna see here as we go into this next match very shortly here.
Yeah, and the timeout for Yokai has been done. The time for talking is over, and now they have got to show it on the pitch here as we get underway for game 4 with the kickoff. Now, Krezers off the kickoff, looking for it forward. Matty gets the save out. Cyanic can't quite beat out the defender there. Now Aussie taking it forward. That one's high. That one's dangerous. Who can follow it? Stones beats out Krezers, but only into the corner. A little bit of a entanglement from the Yokai players, but they won't mind. That one goes across the net. Krezers is the first to it to keep it out. Matty can't get that shot on net. Krezers trying to get it out, but Stones just keeping that in. Aussie drop down pass. Matty can find it. A brilliant free-man play from Yokai, and exactly what you want to see off of that tactical timeout.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful drop down, killing the momentum, leaving both players in net, spinning around looking for what's going on, and that's 1-0 in this match. This is the Yokai gameplay that we were talking about, the speed and precision, the having a player where the ball is going to be at all times and setting themselves up for those passes. And it's worked out so far, despite the early pressure from Shrine again in this match. Yokai's come out with a 1-0 lead so far.
Yeah, Yokai looking a lot better already, but there is still 4 minutes of this match to go, and Shrine are coming down onto the goal. Cyanic can't get the touch he wanted there. Aussie and Matty both low boost. Stones as well, really low boost. This is looking ropey for Yokai. They need to collect some boost here and get this ball out. Cyanic to the backboard. Who's there to follow it? It is Wally with the shot. Saved out by the defender. Krezers keeps that pressure on, but can't get the touch onto that ball. And now Yokai coming down the other end with Aussie. Fakes it out for Matty. That one's popped high. Cyanic blocks out the shot from Aussie to keep this at a 1-goal game. Now Wally, big boom down right down to the Yokai side and gets the follow-up as well. That one's high. Cyanic's first to it. Cyanic scores for Shrine.
Yeah, it was absolutely beautiful. We've seen throughout the game so far, a bit of confusion on any time they had to save, but there was Cyanic up in the air, ready to take that slot, and it was beautifully placed just out of reach of the defense. It is tied 1-1, 3.5 minutes left as it's passed back to Krezers, but Stones, beautiful 50, leaving it open for Aussie, but nice clear back from Wally, who's now there to collect, sending it back. Krezers, they're popping it up. Missed by Cyanic. He was looking for that same shot once again. He's been nailing those aerial shots. Beautiful accuracy, but ball's just floating free. Aussie up to collect. Wally beats him to it. And is now Stones to collect in his back right corner.
Yeah, and Yokai, they need to get this. Matty can't get the touch. This is an opportunity. And Krezers takes full advantage. From 1-0 down, Shrine go 2-1 up. Matty, the miss off the backboard, and Krezers, a lovely shot into the top shelf of the net and capitalizes fully on yet another Yokai mistake. They need to keep these out. We said it during that timeout. You would hope they would have discussed that. They would have recognized that. Stones, the fake, the mind games. Matty follows it up, but Krezers comes in out of absolutely nowhere and keeps that one out. But as I was saying before, that opportunity came. Yokai, they need to cut out those mistakes. You would have hoped that would have happened in the timeout, but another one coming here, another one they're punished for. They cannot keep doing this. They only have one life left in this series. They don't want to go down to that lower bracket, albeit if they do, they're still not out, but it's much harder to get back, albeit not impossible, but you really want to try and stay in that upper bracket as long as you can, Zach.
Yeah, 100% are. And like, you know, I think one of the things I was talking about earlier is the way that Shrine's been able to slow down the play, leave the ball floating a little longer, you know, force Yokai to maybe not commit as early as they would have been, especially in the first match. And that type of pressure has really been keeping Yokai on the back foot here. But as Maddie manages to take a beautiful pass down from the ceiling, evens the score 2-2.
Yeah, Aussie boomed it up, and it's actually Wally that just doesn't get the touch he wanted there and drops that one down right into the path of Matty, and he needs no further invitation to put that one into the back of the net. And we have a tied up game here. Both teams having a lead, both teams losing that lead, and it's anyone's game. Krezers forward to Cyanic, has the opportunity to make it free for Shrine, and does just that. Krezers, the pass from the midfield, finds Cyanic beautifully and just slots that one in. Matty can't get back in time, and Shrine very quickly reinstate their 1-goal advantage.
Yeah, and that was beautiful by Cyanic, opting to hold the flip, forcing the defense to stay, not really know what side of the goal that was going in, and just taps it in with his wheels. Great play, great decision-making throughout that. Now Cyanic with another shot. It goes in. Stones was not able to get there in time. Both defensemen getting a little confused up on who was going for what, and Cyanic gets another shot and another goal. It's 4-2.
Yeah, Matty and Aussie there, both of them retreating back to net, and then at the exact same time, both of them turn up for that ball, and Stones can't quite get back in time, leaving that net completely open, and a bit of an overcommit there from Yokai, and Cyanic just booms that one right into that empty net, and now they're 4-2 up with a minute and 10 left, looking to make it 5, but Krezers can't connect on that one. Now Aussie, 0 boost, flicks it middle. Who's there for it? It's Cyanic to clear that one away. Stones can keep the pressure on here though, air dribbling it into the middle. The pass, Aussie can't get a good shot on net there. Now off the wall, Matty keeps that pressure for Yokai. They do not have time to waste here. The clock is becoming their worst enemy in this game. 2 goals, you really don't want to leave that too late. You need another one soon, or you're going to have to get a miracle. Aussie high, double commit from the Shrine defense. Cyanic barely gets a touch. Who's there to follow it? It is Krezers to take that one away, and Yokai, they have to go back to the drawing board here, start another attack. Matty does just that, takes it forward to the backboard, but both Aussie and Stones try to leave it for the other one. A lapse of communication. Cyanic going down the other way, doesn't get the shot. Krez can't get it in either, but with 10 seconds left, it might not matter, Zach.
No, absolutely not, and there's just potential open net, but Matty managed to clear it. 5 seconds left. This game is looking to go in the way of Shrine. What an absolute performance from them after game number 1. All 3 players showing up, showing vig. Cyanic really coming clutch with all the saves, but I also think Krezers was someone to be credited massively for this. May not have had the same stats, but was always in the right spot, really patient with the play, and it was just fantastic showing all around from Team Shrine.
Yeah, 100%. All 3 players on this Shrine team showing up in this series, and it really felt like there wasn't one standout for them, and that played to their advantage. All 3 players were playing so solid, and we take a look at the post-series stats, and Yokai actually ending up with more shots on the board than Shrine throughout this game. So Yokai had a lot of that pressure throughout this game, but they just could not capitalize on those shots. Only 7 of them going in, whereas 11 went in for Shrine. And Shrine with those saves as well, doing very well to keep out this Yokai team, but they're not out yet. They go down into the lower bracket, and I'm sure we will be seeing more from them for the rest of the day. But in the way of your series MVP, to me, it's not too much of a surprise. It is Cyanic. 7 goals, 12 saves, an overall brilliant performance from him, and a well-deserved series MVP.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic performance. He is there for the saves, for the shots, getting every clutch goal. And, despite we were saying that, Yokai may have made a lot of mistakes throughout it, that's thanks to the pressure that Shrine and Psionic, with his positioning and his readiness to take those shots from every angle, helped kind of create. And I think the whole team deserves a ton of credit for that performance. Fantastic.
Yeah, it's a great series as well to start off the Prospect playoffs. Shrine will be moving into that upper finals. Top 3 has been secured for them, and they will be playing an Impetus side who has swept Ankole Watusi in dominant fashion here. And we will see that upper bracket final with Shrine versus Impetus. And in the lower bracket, we have 2 very close-knit matchups, so we won't be able to see who Yokai and Ankole Watusi will be playing in that lower bracket quite yet, but that Shrine versus Impetus matchup a bit later on in the night is such a massive one to look forward to.
Yeah, it's going to be fantastic here. And we're going to take a short break shortly here as we're waiting for the results from the lower bracket to come through. Currently looking at our graphic, Raymond and Obscurity currently tied in the series 2-2. Owlet and Tomfoolery currently Owlet leading 2-1. I see some updates potentially coming through. These are two series that are not being streamed, so we just have to wait to see who is going to match up with our 2 lower bracket drop downs.
Yeah, and we will see a matchup of one of those teams facing one of the drop downs in a little bit, but for now we will be going to a short break, but make sure you don't go anywhere because we'll be right back at you with some more action here in the Prospect playoffs.
Do you struggle to rank up in Rocket League? Are you stuck in Diamond while your other friends flex their SSL title? Well, look no further. I have partnered up with LTXAcademy as a coach, and we are ready to boost your gameplay. With multiple tournaments and trophies won and thousands of dollars earned, I will cater to your needs and make sure you get to that next level. I'm also doing discounted prices for the first 10 days, so you do not want to miss out. And you are also probably thinking,
CMOS, how do I book a session with you?
well, that's easy. Just open up that fancy browser of yours, type medify.gg/@cmasorl_, pick a session to your liking, book a time, and bang, you're booked, and I'll see you in the call. Once again, that's medify.gg/@cmasorl_.
constant evolution, where the line between man and machine begins to blur. A new age of possibility emerges. Where humanity is augmented to achieve what was once thought impossible. Welcome to the age of cybernetics. Brilliant minds push the limits of what we thought was possible. Pushing the boundaries of human potential. Where technology can enhance us beyond our wildest dreams. The future is here.
Do you struggle to rank up in Rocket League? Are you stuck in Diamond while your other friends flex their SSL title? Well, look no further. I have partnered up with LTXAcademy as a coach, and we are ready to boost your gameplay. With multiple tournaments and trophies won and thousands of dollars earned, I will tailor to your needs and make sure you get to that next level. I'm also doing discounted prices for the first 10 days, so you do not want to miss out. And you are also probably thinking,
CMOS, how do I book a session with you?
well, that's easy. Just open up that fancy browser of yours, type metafy.gg/@cmasorl_, pick a session to your liking, book a time, and bang, you're booked, and I'll see you in the call. Once again, that's metafy.gg/@cmasorl_.
welcome back everyone to the RSC B stream for the Prospect Playoffs. I'm once again with you, I'm Char, alongside me is Zach. Zach, how are you feeling after that first series?
Well, my predictions aren't feeling too good, but it was a pretty amazing set of games to watch, and Shrine came out on top, and props to them. But now we're now moving down to Raymond versus Ankol Atusi, and the A stream is going to be focusing on the on if Yokai can kind of mount a comeback here from that performance. If they can make things work. But we're going to be focusing here on Raymond versus Ankol Atusi, and I think it's going to be a pretty exciting one. I think it's got some prediction stuff to show.
Yeah, it's going to be a very exciting one. Raymond coming off that 3-2 win against Obscurity, and Ankol Atusi getting swept in that upper bracket by Impetus. So Raymond maybe having a bit more momentum coming through both matches in the lower bracket in the play-ins as well. So a massive lower bracket run coming through from them. And if we hop over here to some predictions that came before the whole playoff started from some of the talent over at RSC. We've got me on there. My predictions are already not looking the best, I won't lie. I had Yokai coming first. They're down in the lower bracket. I had these two teams that are about to play as my 4th and 3rd teams, and one of them's going to be out 5th to 6th. So the only thing I can say is I got both of the lower round 1 matches, right? So I've got my 7th to 8th ones, right? But then the Impetus team that swept, I had them 5th to 6th. So it's not looking great for my predictions here. Overall, looking across the board at the predictions, a lot of people did agree with me on Yokai being the champions. So Shrine playing spoiler there a little bit, and only one person having that Impetus team as the champion in Nova, which from that first series, that 3-0 is a really good result against Ankol Atusi, who are a very solid team in their own right. A sweep against them is no mean feat, and that Impetus player actually, I believe, playing with an Academy player, subbing up as their 3rd, so a very interesting one to watch out for. If an Academy player does end up winning Prospect, then you'll wonder why that same Academy player went out in the Academy play-ins, but I guess we'll find out what happens for the rest of the night.
Yeah, and sometimes it's, team comp, who you work well with, who communicates well. Some players really bring out the best in others despite their rank, so it's great to see them perform this well going in. But yeah, I think, how about our predictions? I know we've maybe accidentally done something bad in the previous one. So what happens this time?
Well, in the last one, we both went for Yokai, and they lost. So I think the teams that are playing here, they might not want us to be on their side, because it seems to be a curse rather than a help right now. But I am gonna give this one to the lower bracket run of this Raymond team. They're on a run, they're on the momentum, and maybe that mental for Ankol Atusi is just a little bit down after that sweep in that upper bracket. So I'm gonna give this one 3-1 to KDJ.
All right, so it's happening again. Well, hopefully not, but I think for me, again, I'm gonna go with that. They've just been going so well throughout this bracket. They've been making this way so far through, and I don't think they're done. I think momentum is gonna carry them through. Maybe not as decisively as your prediction, but I'm gonna sit them at I think KGJ A Sports Raymond takes this to Game 5, 3-2.
Ah, we've done it again, Zach. This is, I can almost guarantee you now that Ankol Atusi are going to win this series purely because that we have both predicted Raymond. But hopefully that Raymond are not watching the stream, so they don't know what we've done, and they won't watch the VOD back, so they don't know what we've done if they do end up losing, and they won't blame us for it. But we are just waiting on one more team to get into the lobby, and whilst we wait for them, we can talk a little bit more about what to expect from this matchup and these teams' seasons, really, as I believe Ankol Atusi coming in as the 2nd seed, I think, from the Glacies conference. I could be completely wrong in that, but I think that's what's happened. And KDJ coming in as the 6th seed from that same Glacies conference. So it is a Glacies versus Glacies matchup here, and we do have all of our teams in the lobby, and we will be able to get started. Some beautiful little field shots of our first game here as we do get started with game number 1. We have all the players in the lobby. We can tell them to get out onto the pitch and we can get started with this series.
Yeah, this might be building up to another fantastic one. Obviously, we see Unitox's fans loud in the chat as usual. Let's see if that can help, or if our predictions are right here as we go into kickoff number 1. Even play. Venom makes it up to the ball first, pushing that pressure. It's still a battle for midfield, but there's Jaren ready to intercept. Hakon looking to set up, passing mid, picked up by Ninja Knight. Great interception by Jaren. As this battle for midfield continues, there's already been one opportunity, and they're looking for more here.
Yeah, KDJ trying to get something here, but that's a shot onto the net. Bluegee saved away by Venom. Now Jaren taking it forward, gets it to Venom and gets the shot onto the net. And in very quick fashion, Jaren up to Venom into the net. 1-0 to this Raymond side.
Yeah, that's already a great start for Raymond here. They're keeping that momentum going throughout this bracket. They're continuing it into this game number 1. Harvey pressure, managing to make some good saves at the beginning of the game, but coming out with that lead so far. Great 50 coming out of Hakon. Pass over to Ninja Knight, who loses a bit of control, giving Jaren the opportunity maybe to pick it up. Misses. Venom also goes a little low. We'll see what they can make of that here as Hakon goes to pass it down mid. Bit of awkward contact. XMP picks it up. Jaren Earl now starting another Raymond offensive. A little wide of the net there. A little dangerous.
Yeah, Raymond a little bit back into their own half right now, but Compact looking to take that out. Does so brilliantly. Now that one's in front of the net. Venom and Ninja Knight 50 that. Hakon can get that one right down to the other end. Jaren on his own backboard gets the 50. Bluegee cut out by Compact. Who's first to that ball? It will be Ninja Knight for the side of Unitox. Jaren on the backboard gets a touch out to Compact, but this Ankle Watusi side just putting a clamp hold on Raymond right now. Compact trying to take it out, but it's met again by an Ankle Watusi player. Venom on the backboard gets the air dribble. Not much boost left though. Jaren to his own backboard. Bluegee misses that, but the follow-up is wide from Jaren. Maybe could have been an opportunity to capitalize on there. And now Unitox looking to go down the other way. Hakon gets the shot, gets the goal. Compact could not get that touch off the backboard, and Hakon takes full advantage to level up the game.
Yeah, and their pressure finally pays off. Ankle Watusi never ceasing to pepper the net with shots. You know, Raymond did get the early lead through a beautiful clear opportunity and almost came out with another despite a few wide shots, but Ankle ready here, matching them 1-1 so far as play continues.
Venom now coming forward, looks for the flick, gets it, the bump, but Hakon comes back in and manages to scrape that one out the net. Danger's not done yet though. Venom once again to the sidewall, but can't get the second touch. Jaren to the sidewall, gets the mid boost. Can he control this one? Gets it over one. Ninja Knight is there. Venom taking it forward. Hakon on the backboard, clears it out. Compact taking it forward, no boost, tries to get the wall dash, can't quite get it though. Venom keeping that pressure on, but Bluegee can't get there. Jaren comes out of absolutely nowhere. I didn't see him coming in there and steals that one away from the defender and makes it 2-1 to Raymond.
Yeah, it was just too fast, too far to the right. There was absolutely nothing defense could do there. 2-1, 2 minutes left to play. Face off in favor of Raymond. KXM looking to back pass, maybe slow down the play, get control, double commit, team pinch. But Hakon intercepting. Now Jaren's back. Pass down to Venom. Can Venom get there in time? Does, but a little bit wide to the right as the pass back mid. XAMV looking for it. Doesn't quite get there. I will eventually get that combination of letters right.
I think it's compact. It's just the X instead of the O. Venom now clearing it. Blue G manages to beat it out. Jaran controls this one. Hakon, high touch to the backboard. Who's there to follow it? It drops down. Hakon can't get the touch on that though. Blue G into the middle. Hakon's there, sorry. Not getting that touch. Not missing that touch. Hakon, not the player I thought he was, but manages to get the goal regardless. And we're back level.
Yeah, this has been a fight back and forth from both teams. Both defensive lines really playing strong, but it's just been a few interesting, well-placed passing plays that have led to those goals. And let's see what they've got next as Jaren comes off the ceiling, pass down to Venom. Hakon looking to challenge, takes it off into the air, looking for a play. Knight maybe turning around as Compact seemed to have that play missed by Ninja Knight. Jaren getting the breakaway. Venom shoots, misses just slightly wide.
Yeah, so close yet so far for Raymond. Can't capitalize on that. Now Compact, that one's rolling in, but Blue G saves that one away. KDJ keeping the pressure up. Venom to the backboard. Who's there for it? Blue G manages to get it away. A bit of a double commit from the Raymond defense, but no Ankol Watusi player has the boost to capitalize on that. They're really just in their own half, but they got both their corner boosts now. Maybe an opportunity to get out. The save coming through. Ninja Knight misses that touch, but Jaran was not expecting that to come through for him. Compact on the backboard now, taking it forward. Air dribble over one, really nicely played. Ground pinch as well. Blue G on the backboard. Venom to the backboard now. Jaran following it in, saved out by Ninja Knight. 10 seconds left. Going down to the Raymond end. Jaran gets the touch over one. Hakon gets the 50 and the ball hits the ground. And for the first time on the B stream tonight, we have an overtime.
Yeah, it's an exciting moment here. It's been some close calls from both, but I feel Raymond's just had a little bit more opportunities, taking advantage of some misrotations from Ankol Watusi. So many shots coming just wide of net from the other end of the field now as their pressure continues to ramp. Compact getting double demo, opens up the net. Nobody there to pick up. And there's Jaren looking for the shot. Nothing happens out of that. Play continues. Pass back. Jaren not able to turn in time. Again, the net opening up wide for Raymond, but nobody there able to rotate and capitalize on those opportunities.
Yeah, it feels like a Raymond in this overtime. They're a bit scared to just go for it when they see that chance. They are a bit hesitant to commit. That third man often seems to be all the way back in their own half, and maybe just need to be a bit more going for this goal instead of worrying about getting scored on themselves. But that is a valid concern in an overtime. You don't want to get scored on. Blue G can't quite get that one on. Now Jaran trying to take it down the other way over Ninja Knight. Can't get it past Hakon though, onto the backboard. That one's dropping down. Hakon reads it well. Now the clear. Venom has to win this 50. Does so well, but can't get the follow. Compact builds him out. Ninja Knight over to the other side, but no one's there to follow it for Ankol Watusi. And at the moment, Zach, it kind of feels like both teams are kind of playing to not lose this game, but
What just happened?
I got completely caught off guard by that one. It felt like the entire lobby missed. Jaran got bumped forwards and then just was able to tap that one in, and I'm not quite sure what happened there, but whatever happened, Raymond, they take game one.
Yeah, that was absolute chaos there on that overtime goal. Just, I'd say, like, I think out of 6 players, 5 people missed and 1 person was able to get bumped into it. At least the ball didn't roll in on its own. You know, someone got contact on it, so it's a little better. But that was an unfortunate overtime concede for Ankol Watusi. Again, tight match all the way through. And they're going to be looking to keep that up. And looking at the scoreboards, everyone's pretty even throughout this match. It was pretty equal pressure. It's pretty hard to predict where this is going from here.
Yeah, Venom Aspect with 8 shots. coming through, and only one of them finding its way into the net. But Raymond, they do manage to take this game 1 in overtime, but very close game, and it really could have gone either way. Just Raymond, it did feel like throughout that game they were the team that was keeping that pressure just a little bit better, but both teams really going back and forth at it, and it could be anyone's game here in this game 2 on Forbidden Temple, as we do get underway with the kickoff very, very soon, and we'll see if Ankol Watusi can provide the response that they need to keep their tournament hopes alive, because in the lower bracket you cannot afford any slip-ups here.
Yeah, and meanwhile, Raymond looking for that sweep. They've only had one of them so far in these brackets, and they're looking for a second. Beautiful kickoff win from Hakon. Someone ready in net to intercept, playing patient. Nice pass down to Venom. Venom clears it over one. Jaren looking for that demo, and it's in, and Venom scores behind through the smoke.
Yeah, Jaran won't get any credit for that goal on the scoreboard, but the credit goes almost entirely to him on the pitch. A really nice demo. Well done from Venom as well to control that ball and take that into the net, and the Ankol Watusi defender was just left stranded. It's always difficult in a 1v2 to get that save, and Raymond continue how they started in that game 1. But now it's Ankol Watusi coming forward. Venom makes me eat my words, takes it forward. Ninja can't quite get the touch on that. Hakon can follow it up though. Jaran trying to get this one, can't get it though. Venom up for it, looks for a 50. Jaran takes it away. Now Bluegee should be able to get that one, but opts to not go. Gives Compact a free backboard, but couldn't follow up for the double. Bluegee cuts out Jaran's shot. Now Hakon can't get it past Jaran into the midfield. It's a battle for midfield control right now. Compact, a big, big clear, but Hakon equal to it. That one would have been dangerous, but Hakon read it lovely. Bluegee double off the sidewall. Jaran couldn't read that, but Venom's right there to 50 it with Bluegee. Venom taking it forward. Compact. Hakon gets an awkward touch backwards, and now Compact taking it forward. Bluegee, she manages to save this one out. Jaran taking it forward, beat out by Bluegee again though. Venom beats out the defender. Who's there for it? It is Ninja Knight, be able to collect this one. Take it over, gets demoed for his efforts though. Hakon taking it forward. Jaran beats out Jaran, has the net begging, but couldn't quite find that shot, and a let off there for Ankol Watusi.
Yeah, this has been some fantastic pressure from Raymond. They've been non-stop peppering here, but Ninja looking for that shot. Bluegee shot a net. Hakon shot a net. Triple save coming out of Raymond, keeping that safe. Critical moment. It's still 1-0. 3 minutes left of this game. And Ankol Watusi is just looking for any opportunity they have. Double whiff there, but Venom is able to pick it up. Nobody there from Ankol there. It's one-on-one, looking for that bump dribble, but well read by Ninja as Hakon clears it up. Ninja's floating just above him, ready to receive, looking maybe for the demo across the net, but Venom, beautiful clear. Kept in play by Ninja now as an awkward pinch puts the ball straight up over Raymond's net. Nobody able to collect. Ninja passes it mid, shot by Bluegee on net, saved by Venom, and Ninja Knight was almost able to put that in.
Yeah, and a little bit more of a look on net for this Ankol Watusi side, but nothing doing as of now. Raymond able to hold strong so far in this game too, and now coming down the other end. Compact off the corner. Jaran's there. Can't get the follow. It's over. Who's there to follow it? It is Ninja Knight to take that away from the midfield, but Venom keeping that danger alive. Jaran can't get that touch. Opts to take the mid boost instead. Ninja Knight couldn't get the touch he wanted. Compact comes storming in. No boost, but tries to get the mid pass maybe. The flick. Hakon gets a slight nick on that ball to take it away from that Raymond player. Now Ninja Knight down the other end has a chance. Jaran saves it off the backboard after the miss, but it's still Ankole Watusi pressure. Bluegi off the backboard, gets bumped into the pass mid. Jaran reads it perfectly though, and now only one defender back. Venom looking for the flick, gets it off the crossbar, down and into his car again. A lovely play from Venom, and Raymond take a 2-goal lead in game 2.
Yeah, what a beautiful textbook flip. Just clipping it off the crossbar, bar down into his hood and into the net. It is 2-0, minute and a half just under left to play. Now as Compact leaves the ball for Venom. Knight to Hakon to Bluegi. Nothing happens, but Knight's back there to collect over one defense. Bluegi looking to cause some chaos on the defensive line. Doesn't quite make any through, but it's still ankle pressure here as Bluegi looks to set it up. Flick up, miss. Nobody there to collect. Venom clears it out, but it is still in play. Ninja doing everything he can to keep it going. But a critical clear from Jaron. Demo coming through on Bluegi. Raymond with this very aggressive playstyle, really fast, really making everybody look, not just in front of them or above them, but also behind them. They don't want to get hit by anyone, and it's been working so far.
Yeah, and Hakon gives Ankole Watusi a lifeline in this game too. Ninja Knight, a wee soft touch. Jaran thought he could beat Hakon to that ball, could not do so, and Hakon slots that one in underneath the defender to bring Ankole Watusi back within one. Hakon looking to do something again. Jaran can't get the touch. Hakon air dribble flick. Venom saves it out. Ninja Knight, touch forward, kind of weak, but Hakon's there. Off the corner now. Who's there? Bluegi tries to get the shot on net, but can't quite do so. Bluegi back into the middle. Ninja Knight has the shot, and Ninja Knight has the goal for Ankole Watusi to level it up at 2-2 here with 17 seconds left.
Yeah, and this is what we've been looking to see from Ankole Watusi this in the entire last game and all of this one. The team plays, the communication, everybody where they need to be, and making sure that their rotations are on point. And now that they're really starting to lock that in, the pressure is coming through, and Raymond is struggling to cope with it. But now as Venom goes in for that shot, cleared out by Bluegi. Compact, centering it mid. Zarin looking to flip it over, but cleared by Hakon. Critical clear here as it goes into the back right. And a save! Hakon with another shot off the backboard, looking for the double tap, doesn't quite get it in, and it's overtime for game 2.
Absolute chaos on 0 seconds there, but we have our second overtime in a row of this series. Bluegi looking to end it quickly, can't get the shot though. Hakon to the middle, Ninja Knight's there, but can't get the touch. Now a breakaway chance for Raymond. Jaran on the sidewall, gets one, controls it, gets the flick. Bluegi can clear that one out. Should be a ball for Compact though. A big boom right back. Ping pong's being played right now on this pitch. Venom aspect, middle to Jaran, the shot. Hakon saves it away. Compact now up for that ball. Can't get a touch though. Venom cuts to get that one off. Hakon, no touch there, and a no touch from Bluegi either. This could be dangerous. Bluegi, the corner double from Venom. Well, that would have been something else if that one had found the net, but for now we're still locked in overtime. Another shot coming through from Venom. Ninja Knight with another save. Now, Ninja Knight trying to take it forward. Cannot get that. Compact on his own backboard. Hakon off the ceiling, doesn't get the challenge, and Ankole Watusi, they stay alive somehow in this overtime.
Yeah, and we are now 1 minute in. We saw how the last overtime ended, and neither team is looking for that to happen on their half of the field. Although I'm pretty sure Raymond would be more than happy with that situation once more here as Compact passes it to Venom off the back wall. No, Compact back up, keeping it in play. Pass over to Jaron. Demo coming through. Missed by Bluegi. Ball is still in a dangerous spot in Ankole Watusi's field now as it clears out. Picked up by Jaron. Jaron over 2 players. Gets bumped out of the way. Bluegi to pick it up. Jaron looking to clear it back down awkwardly in front of his own net, but Venom's there ready to read it. That was a scary moment there now as the pressure from Ankole Watusi continues to mount. They don't want to lose a second overtime in a row. Double clear from Jaron and Venom. It is back on their backboard. Something's got to go in at some point here for Ankole Watusi as another save comes through from Venom.
This overtime feels so much different to that first one. In game one, it felt like both teams were playing really reserved and really scared to go for stuff, and it had to come down to a bit of a mistake for that goal to finally go in. But in this overtime, both teams are really going for it. We're getting shot after shot after shot, but the defense always comes out on top for both of these teams. Compact, touch high. Jaran has this. This is dangerous. Ninja Knight last one back, but manages to save that away. Hakon doesn't get the touch. Venom Aspect blocked out by Ninja Knight again. Venom now can get that touch. Jaran forward. Hakon in his own corner has to get the clear and does, but only as far as Compact. The shot, Ninja Knight pre-jumped that one, and that could have been dangerous if it sneaked into the bottom corner. Now Jaran, the double tap off the crossbar. So fine margins for this Raymond team, but they're keeping the pressure on the shot. Bluegi, another save for Ankol Watusi. Ninja Knight onto the sidewall. Jaran bumped by his own teammate, but still manages to get it. Ninja Knight on the backboard, really awkward touch. That one drops down in front of the net. Jaran gets the touch. Venom to the backboard. Who's there to follow? It's Compact with the shot, but Bluegi saves it out. Jaran to the backboard. Venom Aspect cannot get the shot on net, and I'm not quite sure how we're still in this game too, Zach.
This is incredible. The score lines are absolutely bloated. It's been a battle on both sides. You know, Ankole Watusi, they're peppering the net at the beginning, but then Raymond's like, you want to play that game? We can play that too, and they do it right back to them. Couple awkward saves, but they still stay out now as Jaren's looking to gain back control on Ankole's end of the field, but here, Ninja Knight slowing it down up in the air, starting that aerial play, but Compact there to read it, bumps it off and off the backboard. A 50 comes through in front of the net. So far, still safe for both teams. Floating ball, Compact there to pick it up before Ninja managed to get down to it, but it's off the backboard for Hakon, past to Bluegi, and in, breaking this overtime.
Wow. What a game. Bluegi manages to seal it. None of the Raymond defenders could get that, and if there was one team I had my money on to win that overtime with all the chances that they had, it would have been Raymond, but Ankole Watusi snipe it at the depth. But you look at those stats, and that is
my gosh.
We have 2 players in the lobby on the 6 saves. The other 2 on Raymond being on 4 and 3, and the other 2 on Ankole Watusi being on 2 and 2. The amount of shots in that game 2 from both teams was absolutely ridiculous. The fact that it was only a 3-2 game and on almost 5-minute overtime, I can't remember the last time I've seen a singular game of Rocket League quite like that, Zach.
No, that was incredible. Like, if you look at across all the board, their scorelines were insane, but a total of 23 saves across both teams, and I think it was like 35 shots across this game and overtime, nearly 2 games in 1 on this, taking it all the way. And like you mentioned, you know, Raymond had a lot of shots, but the beginning of that overtime was completely dominated by Ankole Watusi, and they were able to bring it back at the end.
We are tied up in this series. That was so huge for Ankole Watusi to get back level in this series, and that's 2 overtimes, and it's looking like it's going to be a very, very close series and a very entertaining one. And Raymond may be conceding off the kickoff, and something I want to point out there is I saw a little bit of a kickoff strategy coming out. The right player go instead of the left one, and the left player waited for that 50 to come their way. Raymond employing those kickoff strategies. It's not worked as of yet. I noticed that in the last game as well, but maybe it'll come to pass later in this series and could be the difference for them between winning and losing. But for now, they're on the attack. Jaran gets it to the backboard. The shot is cut off by Ninja Knight. Now taking it forward the other way. Maybe middle, but Compact cuts that one out, keeping the pressure on for Raymond. Bluegi on the backboard, a bit of an awkward touch. Is Jaron first to that ball? Yes, he is, but not quite on the net. Ninja Knight takes that one to the sidewall, looks for the ceiling pinch into the middle. Who's there? It's Hakon. The shot onto the net just doesn't find the net. Jaran manages to scrape that one out of the net when it looked almost certain they would be going in. A great save from him, and now Raymond facing more pressure. Compact relieves that pressure. Bluegi now on the backline to the backboard. Who's there to follow? Jaran with the shot, but Bluegi the save. And this game free, following the pattern of this series of end-to-end shot after shot, and so far it has been save after save.
Yeah, it's amazing to see. This has been an amazing game so far. A little past the mid, Venom takes it, scores goal number 1 for Raymond once again. Bluegi was just looking for that, unfortunately, impact. Actually great for him, manages to fake both defensive players, passing it just there. Free ball for Venom, puts it in. Absolutely fantastic pass.
Yeah, a really nice play to get Raymond 1 goal up in this game. Now looking to add another one maybe here with Compact, but opts to just leave that one, go for the back boost, but it's not there. Jaran challenges on the side wall, not the challenge he would have wanted though. Bluegi onto the net, Compact no boost on the backboard, but it doesn't matter, gets the save out, and now Venom coming down the other way, can't quite get there. Bluegi on the side wall, looks to take this one out for the flip reset. 50 with Jaran, that one goes back into the hands of Ninja Knight. 100 boost here, passes it into the middle. Hakon's up for that one, gets the shot. Venom is the last man back and manages to save it out. Now Venom coming down the other way, can't get the touch onto that ball. Bluegi, big hit forward. Compact gets the 50, keeping that pressure on for Raymond. Now the touch onto the backboard. Ninja Knight can collect this one, gets a nice air dribble out. 50 with Jaran. Now, Venom can't get that one. Hakon snipes in, but doesn't really do much with that touch. And Compact, the shot to the backboard. Who's there to follow it? It is Venom. Can Bluegi save it? No, but it rolls off the post. And that one was so close for this Raymond side.
Yeah, that was incredible. We saw Venom calling it in chat. Great pass a little too early as Ankole Watusi is able to get there in time and get that clear, dangerous situation recovered from to prevent that 2-0 lead. Now as a clear downfield, Ninja gets that piece off up, flicked up by Venom. Hakon looking to slot it down. Doesn't quite get the contact he was looking for, but Compact flicks it over one, missed by Knight. Venom there choosing to go for the demo, and there it is. Bump play, and Compact gets the goal. You can see the moment right here where Venom decides to abandon the ball and go for that bump and opens up the net. Beautiful play.
Yeah, and that's something that I think this Raymond team has utilized very well so far in this series. We've seen a few goals from them coming through those bump plays. It's not everyone's favorite strategy to play against, but using it for you often works to perfection, especially in the prospect tier where the players, myself included, maybe aren't the best at dealing with those bumps and with those demos, and they've used that to great effect here in this game too to get game 3, to get 2-0 up. And oh my god, Hakon a pinch, not exactly what they would have wanted. Jaran now, air dribble, really nice to get it over Ninja Knight. Now Venom can take that one forward. Hakon though collects 100 boost going off the sidewall for the air dribble, flip reset into the middle. Venom manages to clear that away, but Bluegi's right up there for it. Looks for the double tap into the middle. Jaran can clear that one out. Now a chance down the other end maybe. Compact can't quite get that shot on net, but with 1 minute left, Raymond, all they need to do here is hold their nerve and hold their lead.
Yeah, there's just under a minute, 2 up. All you got to do, stay composed, stay calm, keep playing the game you've been playing so far, and everything's on the line here for Ankole Watusi. They don't want to get up. They don't want to be down by 1 in the series. Again, that would put Raymond on match point. The opposite of what Ankole Watusi wants, but they're looking for. The pressure on Raymond's net has been fantastic here. They're throwing everything they've got at it as now Hakon looks off the backboard, deflected by Venom. Jaran looking to take it away, pinch up, floating ball. Bluegi up to collect. Doesn't manage to retain control, but a double commit save there from Raymond's half. And this is just non-stop pressure. It's exactly what Ninja Knight's looking for here. Another goal. Ankole Watusi looking for that shot, but is it too late? 2 seconds left. That's going to be game for Raymond.
Yeah, Raymond on match point in this series. Ankole Watusi on 1 more game until they are out of the prospect playoffs, and we haven't seen a timeout call come through quite yet. We'll see if that does happen in the 40 seconds. And as I am saying that, we do get the timeout call coming through from the side of Ankole Watusi. I think a wise move here, Zach.
Oh, 100%. They need to definitely figure out what went wrong in that match. It's not that they weren't playing well, it's that they just weren't able to deconstruct Raymond's defense, and that's pretty much what they need to look for in this next one. Raymond's been playing a great rotation in the game, keeping someone in net, managing to avoid any opportunities to get those demo plays, and that's what Unitox has been falling prey to, is leaving one man back. And KDJ Esports, Raymond, they've been setting themselves up for that 2v1 play, and it's been working every time.
Yeah, 100%. Unitox, they just need to watch out for those demos. They cannot leave one player back on their own. That's always a recipe for disaster. And in a 2v1, it is always very difficult. And we've seen a lot of those 2v1s, and albeit quite a few of them have managed to be saved, but a few of them have gone in as well, and that's what's really been the difference between these two teams. And that game 3, the most convincing game yet. Game 1 and 2 went to overtime. Game 2 went to a very, very long overtime, and you don't really want to, after those 2 close games, be giving up a game where you don't get a goal. You cannot score. You cannot break down that defense at all, and it's never good to be held scoreless in a game of Rocket League. But for KDJ, a clean sheet will be so good for them. And I guess what we're gonna put on the table here is, what exactly do Ankole Watusi need to be talking about right now to get back into this series?
Yeah, and I think, looking at the last match, and as we mentioned a little bit with that rotation, is they need to find a way to make sure that they're not giving KTJ the opportunity to boom it down to whoever's cherry picking in midfield. It's been working every time. They've been letting it happen. They need to be a little more, I think maybe a little more clever on their pinches to make sure those don't go in KGJ's favor. Because every time there's an opportunity, KGJ is up there with 2 players, and it's been working. And I think that's going to be one of the main things, at least from what I can see in this game.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And Ankole Watusi, they have to come back at this strong. They have one more game until their tournament is over, and the time for talking is now done. They have to have discussed all of the things to get back in this series. They do not have any more lives. It is now do or die here for Ankole Watusi as we get underway in Game 4 of this series.
Yeah, who's going to step up here and challenge Yokai in the next series, who took Tomfoolery 3-0 sweep in their best of 5. And now a great face-off coming out. Jaren looking for that initial shot, sending it mid. Venom misses the shot a little bit, but that gives the opportunity now for Ninja Knight to set himself up. Hakon looking for that deflection, sends it a little high. Blue G there to collect, a little bit wide of net, and now it's Raymond's time to mount their offensive. Bump coming through to Ninja Knight, but nothing happening from it. Hakon a little bit high on that read. Pressure from both sides is slowly looking for a repeat of the last so many matches. Is a back and forth near the beginning, and it's going to be who can break down the defense first, who can get that opportunity to get up in the lead first in this game.
Yeah, Venom taking this to the sidewall. 27 boost, can't do much with that. Blue G taking it forward. A 50 though from Compact keeps that ball rooted in the Ankole Watusi territory, but now maybe a chance to break away. Blue G, that shot's wide. Venom can collect it as well. Jaran, maybe a bit of an unnecessary touch, but it works out. That one's flying. That one's flying all the way into the bottom corner, and those ones are so hard to take, especially after your timeout. You want to get off to a quick start and maybe get some momentum coming off that timeout, but those ones, a 50 in the corner, they're so demoralizing because it feels like there's just nothing you can do about it. But Raymond won't mind. They're 1-0 up.
Yeah, and the pressure was even on both sides up until that point, and yet again, Raymond was able to spot a opening in the defense as the rotation kind of faltered and took the advantage as the third man came up, pinching it off of him and into the net here as another passing play attempt here. Compact looking to pass it down to Jaren, who gets it off the crossbar.
It bounces twice off the crossbar and no one can follow it in for Raymond. So close to being 2-0 up. Unitox just getting a little bit nervous now. And now they've left one back again. Compact looking for the air dribble, can't quite get it. Ninja Knight takes this to the sidewall. Going up. Gets a double off the ceiling. That one's flying onto the net. The defenders are there, but they've both committed. Can that one find its way in? And it does. It actually goes behind the defender. Maybe could have been saved away, but Ankole Watusi, they won't mind. They managed to tie this game up and bring it back level in their last chance in the tournament.
Yeah, great play from Hakon, just seeing the speed the defenders were coming off the wall and just slowing the ball down just enough to get it behind them. There was absolutely nothing that both Raymond defenders could do to keep that out now. It is 1-1, just over 2.5 minutes. The ball is high. Who's going to collect this? It's back up on the wall. Jaren looking to pick it up. Compact tries to keep it out, but Hakon clears it and is playing it slow, looking for that flick, puts it up. Bluegi's up off the back wall and down. Venom gets a light touch on it, passing it, unfortunately, to Hakon, who gets another opportunity in aerial play here. Flip resetting, not quite getting anything out of it, though. Ninja Knight for the shot. Now to Bluegi for another shot. It's floating high. Jaren up to read it. Venom's booting up. Hakon's trying to beat him, and Hakon almost does. Off the crossbar, down and out.
Yeah, not quite enough for Ankole Watusi to get 2-1 up in this game. Now Raymond looking to do the same thing. Venom forward, can't get the touch. Now Ninja Knight going down the other way. That one's flicked high. That one's Hakon. That one's a shot. That one is a goal. The flick high from Ninja Knight, followed up brilliantly by Hakon, and Ankole Watusi put us one step closer to a game 5.
Yeah, and this is what they want to see. This is what all their fans in the chat want to see. They don't want to watch them go down in this match. They want to go to a game 5. Here is another shot here. Comes through from Raymond. Beautiful save from Bluegi, who's able to keep it clear. Venom keeping it in play. Bouncing off. Venom centers it mid. Ninja Knight reads it. Going up the wall. Clearing it towards the center. Maybe pass down to Hakon, who gets his tires on it. Nothing comes from that, but Bluegi's already up. They're really pushing their rotation, but using that third man really effectively on the offensive side. They just need to make sure that doesn't slip. Compact managing to pop it up and safe from the play, but it's still being challenged by Ankole Watusi as it shifts sides.
Yeah, no, maybe a breakaway chance here, but cut out by Compact. Hakon putting it to the backboard, only as far as Compact. Bluegi now. Pass over to Hakon, into the middle to Ninja Knight maybe, but Venom cuts it out nicely. But it's still Ankole Watusi pressure, looking to add another one here to really put this game to bed. Ninja Knight to the ceiling. Can he get the second touch? No, can't quite get it. And now he's coming down the other way. Venom shot, Bluegi save. Ninja Knight can't get the touch on that again. Jaran now beat out by Hakon, and Ankole Watusi managed to get that one away, but only for a moment. Ninja Knight really awkward there. Venom doesn't have much boost. Bluegi manages to block that one from going across the net. A very dangerous ball there if Bluegi doesn't get that touch. And now the other way. Venom, really nice beat there. Hakon with the shot onto the net. Jaran can save that one out. 20 seconds here for Ankole Watusi to hang on. Compact getting down the other end. They need a goal. The time is against them. To the backboard. Who's there? Venom, no boost. Can't beat out Bluegi. That is a massive clear as the timer ticks down. Maybe another one coming in. One last chance here for KDJ, but it does hit the ground. Ankole Watusi take game 4. And this series definitely deserved it. I'm glad it's happened. We have a game 5.
Yeah, fantastic. That's exactly what we were mentioning. Ankole Watusi, they may have faltered once on their rotation, but afterwards they were really utilizing that third man, keeping the pressure up on Raymond's side. And if we have a quick look at the score here, we see their performance really matching. Pretty even field domination, but they're just on the ball more often, and that's what was important in this match.
Yeah, 100%. And Koli Watusi, a massive step up from that last game after the timeout. And Raymond, they still have their timeout available, but with 20 seconds left to call it, it doesn't look like it's going to go through. They think they have enough to take this series without a timeout. They don't want to wait. They want to take this series, and they want to take it now. And this Game 5 is so huge. Whoever wins this Game 5 goes through to face Yokai in the lower semi-final, but whoever loses this Game 5 will be out of the RSC for this season. They lose their chance to become champions and get that coveted trophy next to their name in the RSC server, and of course the prize money as well. And this Game 5 is so huge for both of these teams, and we will see who manages to get it over the line as we do get underway for Game 5 on Champions Field.
Yeah, one more game, one more performance from these teams. Who's in, who's out, who's going to move on to face Yokai in the lower semi-final, best of 5 a little bit later. We're going to have to find out. We've got just under 4 or 5 minutes left of this game, just started, and it's already some opportunities for Raymond as they keep the ball in Yokai's side of the field. And Koli Watusi.
Blue G now to the backboard. Can someone be there to follow it? It's a miss on the backboard from Compact. Hakon to the backboard again. At some point, this ball needs to go on the net instead of just to the backboard. Blue G looking to make that happen. Can't quite get it. Compact takes it away. Ninja Knight keeping that pressure on. Jaran on his own backboard. Looks to control this one. Gets a nice air dribble, but only as far as Hakon. The shot. Compact saves it away. Ninja Knight first to that, to the backboard. Compact to the side. Jaran off his own corner. A big clear to relieve all that pressure that Ankol Watusi had been building. And now maybe a chance for their own on the side of Raymond. Venom into the middle. Beats the one to the backboard. Can't get the double, but that one drops down. Compact can't get it. Jaran, can he finish this one? Doesn't quite get the power. Compact, a lovely pass though. And Venom is there to finish it. But what a pass from Compact.
Yeah, that was absolutely fantastic. The first shot, luckily deflected by Hakon, it was fantastic, but then they just kept putting it up, putting it center, and at the end of the day, there was no one left there to stop that from going in, and it is 1-0 in this Game 5. Now as the ball floats, Venom intercepts low, Blue G's up, Knight looking to pick up from him, but Jaren's already up to pick it up. Hakon taking it all the way to the other side of the field. A little bit of pressure from Raymond, but it hasn't been enough now to keep it out. Beautiful clear from Jaren. It's a scary ball here as it continues to float around the Raymond goal line. They're going to be looking to break it out here, and there it is. Compact up in the air, looking to play it under. Read by Ninja Knight. Back to Jaren.
Venom now has to get that ball and does. Blocks out the shot. Blue G to the backboard. Hakon can't quite get that one into the net. A very difficult angle. Venom trying to get this one away, but Hakon is up to it much, much quicker. Ninja Knight now off the corner into the middle. Who's there? Compact can get that one away. Now Jaran, a lovely first touch, goes for the flip reset. Met by Hakon. Blue G down the other end. Is that one just rolling in? Venom manages to keep it out. Now Jaran back down the other side. It is end to end once again. Venom onto the backboard, into the middle. Who's there? Compact gets the demo but can't quite get the ball. Now the ball is bouncing high in the middle. Blue G's up, blocked by Compact. Hakon now, touch to the corner. Tries to get the 50 but can't quite do that. But that's an awkward touch from Jaran. Venom manages to bail him out. Now Blue G, pinch onto the sidewall. Compact on the backboard, no boost, can only boom that one out, but Hakon's right there to keep the pressure on. This one's awkward, this one's dangerous. Ninja Knight, a fairly weak shot in the end, doesn't manage to capitalize on that opportunity. Now Compact coming down the other way with the flick. The man who set up the first goal now has his own, a lovely flick, and Raymond, they have 1 foot in that lower semi.
That was fantastic. Compact faking the first one, letting it holding on to it a little longer, and then popping it right over, opening up the net. That is 2-0 for Raymond so far. And Kole Watusi are looking for something in this match. They have just over a minute and a half left. That's less than half the game. There's goal number 1 from Ninja King. Ninja Knight manages to find the spot, bringing the lead back down to just 1.
Yeah, Ninja Knight manages to slot that one in. A bump attempt really threw off that last defender, and they manage to get 1 back in this game with a minute and a half to go. Plenty time here for the side of Ankole Watusi. Bluegee taking it across their own net. Now gets it to the sidewall. Venom to the backboard. Who's there to follow? It is Jaran. It is a shot, and it is a 3rd goal for Raymond.
Yeah, look at that. Venom causing chaos on the goal line there. You going back to that original strategy that's been doing them so well up to this point, and it has worked again. They are 2 ahead, just over a minute left. As long as they keep this up, I think they've got a pretty good chance of coming through on the upside of this. But Ankole Watusi is looking to shut them down. Look, a potential shot, but Ninja Knight is there on time. Pushing low, a little awkward, but Bluegee there to take up the relief. Jaren up the right wall, cleared mid by Hakon. Ninja Knight to collect. Bluegee up, back wall, double touch, miss. Hakon's back up they're back up on the post. That crossbar is their worst nightmare this series as they continue to pepper Raymond's net. Jaren racking up 5 saves so far to keep themselves in this game.
They need something, and they need it quickly. Only 25 seconds left for 2 goals, and the ball is in their half. The timer is against them. They need to get this ball up the pitch. Ninja Knight up for it to the backboard. Who's there to follow? It's Ninja Knight again with the double tap, but cannot get it onto the net. So close for Ninja Knight. Almost a beautiful goal, and 5 seconds left. The ball is firmly in the Ankole Watusi half as the clock hits 0. The ball hits the ground, and Raymond take the series 3-2. Ankole Watusi are out. Raymond move on to face Yokai. But what a series from both of these teams, Zach.
Yeah, that was absolutely incredible. Best of 5 coming down to a 3-2 game number 5. And, you know, it was pretty tight all the way in. But the last, I'd say the last couple matches, you know, we really saw KGJ Esports Raymond kind of really pick up the pace and stay ahead most of the series. And despite Unitox's best efforts, take the win, knocking them out. And now they're going to move on. They've got Yokai waiting in the lower semi-final for them. Another best of 5 for who qualifies for the lower final.
Yeah, and looking at those stats, Unitox 64 shots to Raymond's 47, just outclassing them on the shots, the field domination as well. But in the end, it is Raymond who were more clinical and managed to take it away, and a lot of that is down to this man right here, Venom Aspect, your series MVP, and all in all, a brilliant performance from him, a brilliant performance from the entire Raymond roster. But you do have to give credit to Ankole Watusi. Brilliant from them to get here, and it did not go out without a fight either. But ultimately, it will be Raymond moving on in the Prospect playoffs.
Yeah, great showing, great series. It was a blast watching it. Congratulations to Ankole Watusi Unitox making it this far up. But it's going to be Raymond on to the lower semifinal. That's going to be coming up very shortly. There you see the graphic. They're going to be facing off against Yokai. And then whoever wins that, it's going to be going up against the losers of the upper final, which is going to be insane. Both those teams perform fantastically so far, but we will be coming back to that very shortly as we move on to a short break. We're going to see you guys very shortly. Oh, sick. So maybe I'll lead up into it. I'll be watching your. I'll just watch your share as I.
In a hour, do some archbishop. Been a school them from when me in a car shot. Liverpool couldn't test the way me raw sit up. Quick draw, him drop and can't get up. Him not fast enough for my problem that you never solve. Send for the Dan brace for a firestorm, cause I turn into a monster. Ready for the war, with a wig of flag. None of them boy, they not bad. None of them boy, they not bad. Back once in a hour, do some archbishop. Them not bad. School them from me in a car.
Do you struggle to rank up in Rocket League? Are you stuck in Diamond while your other friends flex their SSL title? Well, look no further. I have partnered up with LTXAcademy as a coach, and we are ready to boost your gameplay. With multiple tournaments and trophies won and thousands of dollars earned, I will cater to your needs and make sure you get to that next level. I'm also doing discounted prices for the first 10 days, so you do not want to miss out. And you are also probably thinking,
CMOS, how do I book a session with you?
well, that's easy. Just open up that fancy browser of yours, type medify.gg/@cmasorl_, pick a session to your liking, book a time, and bang, you're booked, and I'll see you in the call. Once again, that's medify.gg/@cmasorl_.
I'm the storm that meets the moon. I'm the sun that will not move. Who you think you are? Who you think you
All right, everybody, welcome back to the B stream on this fantastic Sunday. We just came off some fantastic matches and we had to say goodbye to Char, but we are now welcoming Mr. Poggy.
Yo, what up, everyone? I just hopped off from the from the A stream to the B stream. Let's go. Happy to be here as well, as we have got a very exciting matchup now here on the B stream. The very final one as well. We've already seen KDJ here, and I think Yokai as well. But now they are finally facing off against each other here in the lower semis. Another best of 5 waiting for us here today, and it's looking like a very, very exciting one.
Yeah, both teams have performed absolutely fantastic. Raymond coming off of a incredible run through these lower brackets, taking out team after team, including our previous upper bracket drop downs and Kole Watusi. And now they're here to challenge the second Yokai, who have played fantastically, but here are now finding themselves in the lower semis, up for elimination against Raymond.
Yeah, I don't. Okay. Yeah, Yokai is absolutely has been absolutely shredding it in the last series, sending home some foolery with a 3-0 sweep. But not only that, winning their first game 8-1, which was absolutely insane. And not looking what they've done against Shrine, which was obviously losing 3-1, I do think they will absolutely smash it in this series as well. Raymond going to a game 5 against a not so strong playing Anka Watusi today. I'm sorry, every Unitox fan still in the chat here today, but playing against a not so very strong Anka Watusi and going to a game 5 to that against a Yokai with Stones, Ozzy and Matty, who have been absolutely shredding it. It's not looking good, Brev.
Yeah, no, it's going to be interesting to see what happens here. But I think, if we move on to our predictions, I think I think I can already get a hint of where you're leaning towards here. So if you wanted to shoot that out.
Ooh, I'd love to see another 3-0 sweep. We are in the lower semis though, so I am trusting Raymond to at least make this interesting. I'm going to say 3-1 to Yokai.
Oh, okay. 3-1 Yokai, eh? Okay, well, here's the thing. I love the story, and Raymond has been doing fantastic. They're on a roll. This is they've 4 games in a row, taking it to the game 5 in their last 2. I believe in them. I think it's not going to be easy, but I'm calling game 5 Raymond.
Whoa, okay. I mean, they do have got the momentum with them, clawing their way through these lowers, but man, yeah.
I have nothing to lose in the broadcast predictions, so.
Yeah, no, that's completely fair to be honest, but it's a very ballsy prediction, if I might say. It's a very, very ballsy prediction. Anyway, how has the B stream been so far here as well, Zach?
It's been fantastic.
We podcast yesterday, but it has been a while.
Yeah, it's been fantastic. We've had Char and I got 2 fantastic series to play earlier. The last series being absolutely a highlight. Raymond and Kole Watusi taking each other to a phenomenal overtime and an insane second game 2 overtime that just never ceased to continue. And we've had some top tier players really getting the saves and the shots on net. And it's really it's what was keeping both teams in and out, but at the end of the day, Raymond had the more quality. But we are now moving into this game, this lower semi-final. We have Raymond, the team who's made it through the entire lower bracket, facing off against the currently fallen titans of Yokai. Who will come out victorious? Who will make it to the lower final? And who will go home? We're about to find out right now.
I mean, I cannot wait any longer. I think everyone should be ready to go. With that, here at Manfield at night, we are going to see one of the last matches here in the lower bracket. Who will it be? Will it be the Yokai recovering from a 3-1 loss in the upper bracket, making their way to the final? Or will it be Raymond, who are clawing their way through, writing a story of their own and maybe writing history here for their prospect roster? Only time will tell in this best of 5 series, as we're already off 15 seconds. Matty looking for a breakthrough opportunity. Ozzy already up in the air, where we definitely do not want to see them if you are KDJ here. Now Stones able to collect this one in the right corner. A bit of a dodgy one as the ball bounces from that corner, but Venom Aspect now in the air, intercepted by Matty. Ball into the middle, no one to connect. Duran, though, early up with it. Compact, who we've seen earlier as well, is now making it time due as he gets the ball down to Duran, who is able to take the first very lead in this series.
Yeah, and we just saw Raymond capitalize on something they've been doing this entire time. Either go for the demo or send the ball straight up, confuse the defense, and pick it up on the ground. And that is goal one, lead in game one for Raymond over Yokai. It's been fantastic pressure so far from both sides here as the ball sits in Raymond's half. Compact up in the air. Nobody there to challenge. Gets the double. Venom there to collect. Continuing the pressure. Lucky Yokai's defense is staying nice and patient. Pop up from Aussie. Jaren there to intercept. Playing off the back wall. Compact up in the air. Intercept by Stones, but a double whiff. Aussie forced to collect on the backfield. As now the battle in midfield. It keeps going back and forth, ponging from one end to the other here. Yokai looking to equalize, but Raymond looking to break through in a high lead. But
a shot.
Potential open shot there? Nobody on defense?
Goodness. Out of nowhere, Aussie, I don't think they expected this. Aussie swooping in like a vulture, getting that ball away from Stone, smashing it in the top right, hitting the bar as well, leaving it reverberating to equalize the scoreline. Absolutely insane stuff. But this is what I like to see from Aussie, you know, because Aussie's been absolutely one of the most mechanical players in this tier, and it's something you love to see, and something that is also, yeah, not that prevalent yet in the tier, as he is struggling a bit here in the back, but now he's got the time, got the bounce up, and looking for a second here. That's one, gets the reset probably. He does go for a flip, but Compact clearing that ball away and saying no to Aussie's mechanical display of skill right there. But the open net again on the side of KDJ leaves Stones with the ball in his hand.
Yeah, it's happened yet again, something we didn't see them do much in the last series, where we were praising them for having that rotation, but in this one, maybe starting off a little too aggressive out of the gate, and 2 open nets, 2 goals for Yokai. Yokai up 2-1. It's Raymond on the back foot now, looking to make up that extra goal.
Matty with another shot onto the backboard. Aussie trying to intercept, actually still staying with it somehow with that empty boost tank, but a few inefficient shots there from Yokai, but we know from them that they want to keep up the pressure as much as possible, keep that ball at the side of Raymond as much as they can to eventually exert all of Raymond's boost accesses, get them on that 0 boost, maybe demo someone in the back, and then strike when they're at their weakest. Right now they are looking for a passing player here. Stones to Aussie, back to the middle. Stones not able to collect. Matty here as a third man. Venom faking it somehow with a pop from Matty. Someone needs to go up. It is Duran getting one reset. Compact following up on that. But Aussie, in the end, the player with the possession and looking for an attacking opportunity.
Yeah, and Raymond really showing up here, trying to keep that on their offensive side. Venom clearing it up. Nobody there to collect. Bump comes through on Aussie, giving Venom the opportunity to shoot it up onto the back wall. Jaren waits a little too long, allowing Yokai to get that breakthrough on the defense. Couple flips. Compact reads it, tries to get it out. Demo comes through, but the ball has already been deflected now as Venom looks for another demo, another deflection through the smoke. We saw them play a lot of offensive demo plays earlier against Watusi, so I'm really expecting them to continue that in this series, but it hasn't been as effective.
I mean, the rotation of Yokai is very third man prevalent, so if Raymond would be able to get that third man in a demo, then they will leave 2 very stunned players on their own half of the field, and with an open net in the back. With this final minute ticking down, it is still Yokai in the lead. Matty looking for a fake on Venom, gets past 1, gets past 2, but Duran with a filthy little tap there, honestly, on Matty is the one who eventually collects. Aussie now looking for a 50. Compact 50ing it away. Stones putting it in the middle. Matty looking for a follow-up. And Duran, oh, in a challenge with Stones. That is something you do not like to see in these penultimate seconds. of this game. A very unfortunate challenge, but very fortunate for Duran, as he will be credited for the equalizer in game number 1 here.
Yeah, great commit from Duran there, regardless of the pressure being placed. And now Venom looking for another open, fakes out Stones, but Maddie there reads it. Compact now with the ball up into the corner. We got just past Duran now. We got Aussie challenging him, pressuring him from the back, getting a 50 off Venom and keeping it in Raymond's side of the field now as Jaren looks for that setup, pops it high. Maddie's up. Looks like it's going to be red too. Compact who gets the 50 now. 8 seconds left, tied. Can someone get a 0-second goal here as the ball is currently in Yokai's half of the field? But Maddie has to say in that. He's clearing it down to Aussie, intercepted, and it's down to overtime, game 1.
Already in overtime. That is a lovely sight to see. Not if you're looking at my prediction, but definitely if you're looking at the content that will be coming from this. Matty will be the follow-up after a double tap pass from Aussie. And already 9 seconds into the overtime, where I expected it to take a little bit longer for this deciding goal to fall. It is Matty already saying, nah, I'm done with this game. We're taking it home. 3-2. And Team Serene Yokai will move on into a leading position this series.
Fantastic match from both, you know, keeping it nice and tight. You can see the score lines pretty even across the board. Venom lacking a little far back behind. We'll see if he steps up in the next match to really kind of bring that potential goal differential down. But even plays from both teams. KDJ really keeping that pressure up on Yokai. But at the end of the day, Yokai's quality of shots and their team positioning has been what's been able to keep them up and keep them breaking through, especially in that overtime.
Yeah, I mean, Yokai, we know they love to have upfield pressure, and I think Raymond is very much able to punish them if they would be able to either demo Matty or I think Aussie in the back, where Yokai is very much on the counter-attacking ways. And with that, Aussie or Keystone Matty gone in the back, you are moving forward with a lot less confidence than normal. So let's see if Raymond are able to realize that as well here at Forbidden Temple, as we are going to move on to game number 2.
Yeah, this is a crucial game here for Raymond. They do not want to fall behind. This is a best of 5, so if they lose this, they have to set themselves up for a reverse sweep, which they do not want to do, especially against Yokai of all teams. This is a team they want to get that early, keep tied up or an early lead on, and the pressure is starting already from Yokai. Maddie centering it, intercepted by Duran. Aussie keeps it in play, centered down mid. Duran clears, and that was a beautiful shot. But unfortunately for Raymond, Stones was already there, playing that third man to perfection as Aussie starts up another offensive from Yokai.
And now Matty still with the pressure on the side of Raymond, looking for a passing opportunity. Stones taking a very ambitious shot there. The ball still being at Raymond's side, popped into the middle. Matty with all the time and space that he needs. Unfortunately, whiffing the ball. Aussie looking for a chip. A compact on the backboard, getting that ball away. And Aussie changing up his play style this game. We've seen him go for a lot of mechanical stuff in previous series that he's been playing. But now he's looking for those team playing opportunities, trying to find the chemistry that they've been working on these 9 weeks for this specific Sunday. Now, Stones banging it away. Duran being able to collect. Matty up for the challenge, getting another touchdown. Compact with the 0 boost, but also with a great clear. Playing it onto the side of Yokai, who are looking to get this ball away because Raymond are getting dangerously close in their attacking plays.
Yeah, there's another shot off by Aussie, intercepted and deflected by Venom, but the ball is pinging right back into Raymond's side. A miss off the back wall from Compact, saved away and cleared. Now Venom to Jaren, who looks for that deflection, sends it a little far to the left into their back end. Now Stones looks for the 50. Aussie clears it out. Compact keeps it in play. Venom's up, pops it up. Is anyone there? Jaren's going to go, takes a shot, but plenty of time for Stones to read that. Now it's back. Compact in the air. Pass down maybe to Venom, who's a little late to jump. But Jaren's back on their end of the field, ready to keep that safe as they mount another offensive play.
Raymond looks to be a lot more in control, and I mean, that first bullet still needs to strike. This is still 0-0. Stones looking for that bullet, but being the 9 on the goal line. Ozzy now looking for another pass into the middle. Venom clearing that away, but the danger is not averted yet. Open goal opportunity there. Matty unable to punish, though. Looking for a shot opportunity now. Ozzy maybe one could have opted to look for that pass just instead of that shot. Stones looking for a fake, though. Duran needing to stretch out that octane of his to get that ball away. But man, oh man, these two teams are going neck and neck and still looking for each other. Ozzy unfortunately flipping away, and Duran looking to get some pressure off of Raymond's shoulder.
Yeah, this is still 0-0, just under 2 minutes left. I believe whoever team's going to get that first goal, and I think maybe I spoke too soon. No, unfortunately, Matty clips the side post, and it rolls just wide of the net. But now it's Ozzy back up the wall, collects it, intercepted, but kept in play. Venom looking to clear that out of the danger zone. Matty leaves that knowing it's a little wide, as Jaren now looks for the shot pass, maybe to Compact, a little bit too far up. Compact can't make it to it, giving Yokai the opportunity to another offensive clear, missed by Stones, and now it's back. Compact versus Matty. Compact gets the demo, sent mid, intercepted by Ozzy. Crucial hit, and there's a shot just slightly wide. Venom gets the clear. Compact is back up, pops it in the air. Matty's up to intercept it, and the play continues, ping-ponging back and forth.
As we're now in the penultimate minute without any goals that have been fallen, it is going to be butt-clenching for both of these teams to see who will strike first. Both teams looking to play it safe, looking for a goal-scoring opportunity here as well. But they're not putting everything on the line. They don't want to be that team to make a mistake. And this could be the one. Duran keeping the net clear, though. Both teams on a clean sheet so far. And now Ozzy needs to actually cut in it. Bit too late there. Matty clearing an infield. Ozzy getting a great catch here, actually. Staying with that ball, keeping control. Matty with a great challenge. Flying by the net of Raymond. Now with a pop into the middle aspect, will be the one clearing that way. Both teams on perfect rotations, but who will crumble under the pressure first? Final second, Ozzy needs to keep this up. Gets a very awkward touch, leading us into another overtime, and with a very big question mark of who will take this one home.
Beautiful face-off coming out of Raymond, giving Venom the shot, passed up to Jaren, going off the back wall, looking for the double tap, fakes it out to Venom, but intercepted, breaking up that play. And now Jaren looking to face off, flicks it high, Stones there to collect, bumps it back into the blue half of the field, but Compact is there. Both teams neck and neck, fighting for that midfield control, trying to get each opportunity as possible. Pass up the wall to Venom. Venom's going to play it high, maybe passing it down to Jaren, but Stones is there, reads it, and is back against the blue wall.
Matty still trying to ramp up that pressure. Great clear here by Compact. Falling into the wheels of Ozzy, trying to get a read on where Venom will clear that. Now, the ball not dropping down against the ceiling. Stone was waiting for that to happen, so it could have been proven fatal. But now Duran still with Ozzy looking for a catch. Stone stressing a bit now as well. Everyone's starting to look a bit stressed out. Compact needed to be demoed there by Ozzy, but managing to dodge it, proving himself to be vital on that Raymond roster, as that could have been the final bullet in this match that's being loaded into a gun right now, as Matty is still trying to look for a passing play through the backboard as well. Needs to turn here now. Does so accordingly. Stones with an open net. No one in the net. Raymond and Matty finding himself in a very, very fortunate position here to finish this one off and get them to the match point in this series with a 1-0 scoreline after 6 minutes and 20 seconds of raw gameplay.
Yeah, and you saw Stones there pressuring Compact, forcing him to go up the wall and wide, opening up the net. Great team play, great communication, and an incredible game too. But now Yokai is up 2-0. Raymond needs to find something. We'll see if a timeout comes through on their end, or if they continue to just wage on through these matches.
as you can see here as well, Aussie being a bit absent, in my opinion. Only 2 shots against the 7 of Matty. I think if Yokai would want to bring this home, they have to take a look at how they are rotating around each other. Because with a disbalance in rotation like this, you cannot always lean on Matty to get the job done.
Yeah, and you look just at the saves for Raymond. They're playing their goal line incredible, but you don't want to be doing that. You can't just play a defensive game. It can keep you even, but at the end of the day, to break through, you need to be pushing those offensive tactics. And, you know, we saw them go for the demos a few times, and they did seem to open up the net a little bit. So maybe they'll go for it again, keep pushing that technique that gave them so much success in the last series. But we are now on match point for Yokai. Can Raymond start a comeback? Or will this be the final game for Team KDJ? Oh, looks like
a very late timeout called. As there is a bit of uncertainty as we are waiting to see what KDJ will be doing. It might look as if they will sub in someone. That's actually the first sub that I will see in this weekend, as I have not really seen too many teams sub during a series, but it's definitely something that is worth looking into for KDJ.
Yeah, they're down against facing a needing to reverse sweep one of the best teams, if not the best team in this season in Prospect so far. And, you know, they're just looking for anything to try to flip that coin, break that play from Yokai and try to come up ahead. And yeah, late call, but we'll see if this works for them. There's a minute left to this timeout. And what do you think they've really got to discuss? You know, like going into this, now they're subbing out someone, they're going to a new team comp against a team that's really just had their number this entire time.
Yeah. I'm very curious what this sub will bring. They are figuring out sub. That is crazy. I mean, after this timeout, the timer actually will have to start, as we cannot wait too long on KDJ getting ready. As Venom Aspect will be leaving the field. Arian getting in there instead of his place. And with this final matchup between these two players, between these two teams, we'll finally get a final say in the matter of who will win this match. Yokai, 5 minutes removed from the lower finals. KDJ, 5 minutes removed from possible elimination if Arian cannot bring to the table what he certainly needs to do, which is a winning aspect, that winning drive, and obviously a winning play style. And now we'll see his first ball contact, taking it into the corner. Unfortunately, losing possession of that quite early by heavy pressure from Aussie, excuse me. And now KDJ still looking very, very messy. But that is always what those first seconds in a Rocket League match is about. Now we need to settle down and fortunately settle in, as well as Matty is looking for his first shot. Compact, keeping the net clean though. And now KDJ looking maybe for an attacking opportunity of their own, and there it is. Oh my goodness, because of that demo, I could not see that, but Stones absolutely saving that one from the line. My goodness, that was one of the closest saves I've seen today so far.
Yeah, that should have been an easy goal there for Raymond, and it was going to be until Stones just showed up out of nowhere. And now Arian really getting a first shot on net, kind of putting in the work. Compact taking the shot from high off the backboard. Unfortunately gets another touch and kind of messes up Jaren's approach to that, but it's back mid. Nobody there to follow up as Aussie goes to challenge up the wall, demoed by Compact, but it is back in Raymond's side of the field. Another demo coming through, this time against Raymond. Aaron looking to clear it Maybe to Jaren up the wall. Jaren wall to back. Nobody there again. Stone sends it long. And the play continues back and forth.
Aussie, open net opportunity. Compact able to collect, though. Great catch here, but the pressure's not averted yet. Adrian on that wall, looking a bit uncomfortable, if I might say. Maybe KDJ should have just trusted the process. Should have trusted Venom, as he has, in my opinion, not been the weak link on this field. It's very hard to put your thumb on it, but in the end, we have to look at the playstyle of the team and not a single person. And I don't really see Adrian bringing something else to the table. Open net opportunity here for Aussie, though. Respawning in time to keep that net clean. And then it's looking like we are going very far into the deep end again with another 0-0 scoreline halfway.
Yeah, and despite the change, Raymond really able to keep pace so far, despite a few close calls. But it's also been a few close calls for Yokai with that save from Stones, which I can't stop crediting as crucial with these how tight these games have been for Yokai. Clear attempt from Compact. Aaron looking to shoot it up in the air, playing it high. Jaren there to support from below, but read by Maddie. Too many players in net for Yokai. Nothing Raymond could do, but there's a shot come through by Jaren, and another save from Stones.
But the net is still open. Oh.
Another shot comes in. And
wow, that was a great save, but oh, come on, Aussie. You need to be earlier than that back into the net, because you cannot lean too much on Stones in the back. He's already kept the line clean twice, but I guess 3 times wasn't too nice. Matty looking for a redemption goal there as Yokai on their losing ways. A position that they've not been too familiar yet this series, which ran up in the air looking for a second. We need to see Yokai coming back in these penultimate 90 seconds.
yeah, Arian really doing a great job so far. Really making that sub currently count now as they maintain their lead 1-0. These have been tight series, so that one might be enough as it's back in Yokai's side of the field. But Maddie, beautiful clear, just shy of the goal. Played back up by Compact, 50'd by Aussie. And now we move upfield to Jaren, who gets a 50 again, going this side towards Maddie. Maddie takes the shot, and that is in, bar down, just over the defense. Absolute laser beam from Maddie.
My goodness, out of a 7, this one is... Anyway. Out of the 7 that he shot, he finally got one in, Brazilling his scoreline all the way through. And now looking for another passing play. Ooh, Aussie almost able to connect. Cleared away though, Stones putting it into the middle. No one to connect though. Duran looking to cut in. Aria now with the ball. Matty able to catch.
Yeah, now Jaren taking the shot. Raymond looking to break up that 1-1 so far. They were in the lead for so long. They need to maintain a slow play. Does Jaren manage to bully it through? And he does. Jaren gets it through 2 players, the slowest play we've seen all day, but it makes it in 2-1 lead for Raymond.
I want to see that man's bank account and see how many times he's gone to McDonald's, because that is one of the fattest 50s I've ever seen this series. My goodness. But we still have 30 seconds on the clock, so we'll get those bank statements in later. We now need to get another goal in for Yokai if they want a chance of winning it in a sweep. Duran now up into the air as well as Raymond are looking to put the nail in their coffin. Arian almost on. It's in the top left. Compact still looking for it over Stones. 3 seconds left here on the clock. They are going to look to drop it. Matty needs to keep this up over Aussie. And Raymond with their first win in this series, looking for a reverse sweep.
Yeah, fantastic showing. You know, subbing someone and immediately working. Obviously, you get players trained together a lot, but subbing in mid-series, it's always tricky. But you see it right here. You know, Arian really coming clutch, getting that first goal. Jaren muscling one through, putting it 2-1 with it. And now it's Yokai 2-1 in the series. So KDJ still has their work cut out for them, but it's looking much more promising so far if they can keep this up.
Yeah, I mean, somehow Arian being the switch that they needed, I didn't expect it to happen. He hasn't really had too much impact. Did have one goal this series, though, so he has proven himself, but only with 2 shots. No assists, no saves as well. I don't know if the sub was what the team needed or what the mentor needed, but eventually, in the end, it has worked for them.
Yeah, and again, Compact really coming clutch again for Raymond. He's been an absolute star for them, along with Jaren. 5 saves and just constantly team playing, making sure the ball stays in, getting back in time. As now we go into this next game. We're moving to game number 4. Can Yokai finally shut Raymond down? Something they've been trying to do for a few matches now. Or can Raymond continue this and tie up the series and force game 5?
I love this. I love to see the diversity of fans for both franchises in the chat as well. We see you guys, and let them hear yourselves as well. As Compact is also looking to let him hear himself, as that shot was absolutely close. And a game 5 would be appreciated, but Matty is looking at Yokai right now, and he's saying, boys, we need to take this home now or never. And with a finish like that, he is looking to make a statement.
Yeah, it was a beautiful goal that came out from an unfortunate land and kind of missed his drift from Jaren and kept that ball in play. But now Compact is up, kind of goes high a little bit, misreads the ball, Stone to collect. Let's see if there's anyone from Raymond there ready to read that. There he is, Jaren playing it into the right corner, going up. Intercepted by Maddie. This is still a close game. You know, we have 1-0. Everything's been about 1-0 so far. So we'll see what happens if each team can kind of figure each other out here. As Aaron looks up, Demo comes through, and there's that play that we've seen from Raymond every single time. Is that Demo play through Compact, forcing his way through Aussie. Aaron reading that and popping it straight into the center of the net. It is 1-1.
As if it's from a textbook, executed to perfection. With an equalized scoreline now as well, it's at least a lot better to see both teams absolutely going at it instead of those 0-0 score penultimate seconds tick down on that clock on the top of our screen right now. And Stones with the ball now, looking for a second. Duran needing to stretch out that octane of his. Compact now with it. A great challenge here by Matty. Aussie needing to go. He is going. Ball going wide, however. With Stones there as well. Ball falling down into the middle. Compact needs to have a good touch. Not the best ones, but able to follow up on it and keep that net clear. From a 2-1 scoreline is Compact. He's been showing himself off so much in that net. Keeping so many shots from all of these players from Yokai out of the net. And keeping that scoreline as close as possible to get the game win that they desperately needed in the last game. But they need another one right now. And with this 1-1 scoreline, we need to see something change in the upcoming minutes.
Yeah, and there's Jaren playing a dangerous third man, leaving a potential open window, but nobody was there to collect from Yokai. Demos coming through left and right, clearing the field. Loose ball here for Compact. He chooses to go low, passing it over back to Stones, sends it up to the wall to Aussie. Cleared out, Jaren, Maddie, Aaron. It's back in Yokai's side of the field. Aaron looking for that off-the-wall play. Picked up by Stones, back up by Compact into the middle. Looking for the 50 in. Jaren wasn't able to read that, but keeps the ball just slightly awkward for Yokai. But that was a close call for Yokai there, as Raymond really had an opportunity for that shot if Jaren was just a little further back.
Aussie now on about 8 boost there. Gets the 50 in, but not the ball away yet. Open net opportunity. Compact is slotting this one in after a beautiful assist from Duran here, beating Matty to the play. And with no one in net again on the side of Yokai, KDJ Raymond are absolutely taking these gifts and punishing them for it.
Yeah, here's the face-off goes in favor of Raymond, but abandoned and collected by Stone. Now, great 50 from Aaron, who's now continuing to put pressure on the ball, controlling that midfield. Now we got Jaren to collect. Stone still on this back wall, looking for that shot, a little bit of a miss. Jaren maybe taking it off of Aaron, who made a little bit of a miscommunication there, but Compact's there to collect Maddie up to Aussie, who's up a little too early. Aaron takes it down, misdirect by Compact as the pressure continues to mount from Yokai.
Ooh, Aussie showing his fangs for a quick sec. Stone's now looking for a pass into the middle as well. No one found yet, as both of his teammates were rotating backwards. Area now up here in front. Aussie needs to intercept, thus so accordingly. And with a clear from Matty, Yokai need anything at this point to get that goal in. They need to start playing more together. They need to not play those balls so close to their goal. And with the pressure that Durant is giving them, oh my God, look at that! Hitting the bar, not really leaving it reverberating, but definitely smidging it. It was almost a nail in the coffin. Stones with one fake, looking for a second. Durant clear the to get back in time. No one is back in time, and Durant smashing it from downtown makes it 3-1.
Yeah, Raymond's starting to run away with this. There's still a minute left, though, but this is looking very good. Raymond's been bouncing back now with their new sub. Still not as much participation as I'd love to see, but obviously whatever it did for the mental has been working because their plays are back, their teamwork is back, and they've been able to slowly start shutting down Yotai in these plays. Now Aaron up, intercepted by Maddie off of Raymond's back wall. Aussie was there with the shot, but just wide now as it's back to Jaren, looking to carry it mid-battle for midfield, trying to break through into either side's half.
Team Serene Yokai are looking to be reverse swept if this continues to go on like this, where Team Serene yesterday in the Academy tier were the reverse sweep merchants. Yokai maybe being reverse swept, but Aussie playing to his heart's extent, finding a reset, getting it on the not one but two players of Raymond, is not giving up this match just yet.
That was an incredible shot. Delaying that reset, that flip as much as he could. Honestly, I don't think you could have gone any longer technically. And there's another goal right off the bat. Maddie pops it over everybody out of the face-off. If you look what happened here, just Stones bullied his way through. Maddie bullies his way through his teammate and just shoots it over Aaron, who wasn't able to. Maybe if he had not gone for that front flip, but it does not matter. It is now tied up. Just over 10 seconds left. What's going to happen here? Are we going to see a 0-second goal, or are we getting yet another overtime as, oh no, a shot goes through, Maddie gets to clear, and it's over, and it's in with 4 seconds left.
Oh, Raymond. And I'm going to say absolutely shitting the bed here. My goodness. I'm sorry for my vulgar language there, but Matty pulling Yokai through onto the series winning match. The goal scorer of this series, Matty, proving himself to be so vital. Where I thought Aussie and Stones would do the heavy carrying, it is Matty who should be credited every single drop of sweat that's been dropped in this series. And Aussie, after the match has already been done, requesting a sub. My goodness, this was not the way to go for Raymond.
And they were so close near the end there. They were starting to take that comeback. They were up 3-1, and then something just happened, you know, in quick succession, back to back. And then Maddie with that last goal was, oh man, it's just hard to see it for a Raymond fan, but fantastic if you're a Yokai fan. And congratulations to them. They managed to fight their way through. Pretty decisive win, 3-1 in this series. They're going to be moving on to the lower final, which is going to be a best of 7 against, we still have yet to see the results of Shrine and Impetus. There we have our series MVP.
Well,
yeah.
Expected.
It's Maddie.
Not a surprise. Expected. Very well deserved as well.
Yeah, Maddie just showed up. And critical last goal, critical last plays, you know. We could have expected that, and yeah, I think he's got our MVPs as well. And yeah, fantastic series all around, though. And, you know, we got to give a huge shout out to Raymond regardless. You know, they're coming down from a much lower ranking in the league, in their prospects league. And to come this far up, make it into the lower semifinals, absolutely fantastic. I think everybody there is going to be happy. Although it could have gone better, it still went well. And I think they've got that. They got to congratulate themselves for that regardless.
Yeah, if I were Raymond, I would not look at today with a sad face. You've sent Ankle Batusi home today. You've already went through planes being obscurity by 3-2. Beating Ankle Batusi by 3-2 as well, and almost getting the reverse sweep going against Yokai here today as well. I think they've done an absolute phenomenal job from where they've come from.
Yeah, and we're looking at that upper final as well. We're going to be waiting on that result. Looks like it's best of 7 currently. Impetus 3-1 versus Shrine.
That is also a score that I have not been expecting at all. Impetus are leading 3-1 against Shrine. Shrine sending Yokai to the bottom table, or like to the lower semis earlier today with a 3-1. Now Impetus is leading 3-1. Oh my days. And they weren't even looking that strong. I mean, they have swept Ankle Batusi, but it wasn't looking like they were that strong. What the hell?
Yeah, it's going to be a really fantastic one lower final, and man, I'm excited to see the grand finals later today. So that's going to be happening on the A stream as soon as the upper final of that best of 7 is ready. So make sure to catch that. But for the B stream for now, I don't know if we have anything left to say, but I think it's been a blast casting today, blast casting with both Char earlier and you, Poggy, today. So thank you very much. We got a couple shout outs, our sponsors, you know, Badass Studio, SpartanWare, LTXAcademy. And don't forget, in-game, currently, 2 pretty cool cars. You want a cool wagon from a fantastic Scooby-Doo series, go grab that. It looks incredible. And if you want to really take your opponent to their grave, go grab the new hearse that's out in the game and use code RSC-EU. It helps support the stream, it helps support the organization, and we all want to see more Rocket League and more competition.
Definitely. It is time for us, at least, Zach, to close off this stream. A massive shout out for Shattered as well for running the production here on the B stream. We're going to be moving to the A stream where Gaz and Hoj are currently casting game number 5 between Shrine and Impetus. It has been an absolute blast casting for RSC today here as well. And we'll see you guys next week with more RSC, where challenger and rival will be the tiers discussed in the weekends. Goodbye.
Do you struggle to rank up in Rocket League? Are you stuck in Diamond while your other friends flex their SSL title? Well, look no further. I have partnered up with LTXAcademy as a coach, and we are ready to boost your gameplay. With multiple tournaments and trophies won and thousands of dollars earned, I will tailor to your needs and make sure you get to that next level. I'm also doing discounted prices for the first 10 days, so you do not want to miss out. And you are also probably thinking,
CMOS, how do I book a session with you?
well, that's easy. Just open up that fancy browser of yours, type metafy.gg/@cmasorl_, pick a session to your liking, book a time, and bang, you're booked, and I'll see you in the call. Once again, that's metafy.gg/@cmasorl_.